Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 531.
Hey, everybody, welcome to a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. The stoniest of baloniest gentlemen that I've ever known. Travis Butler is here. Salesman. Doesn't know how to use his credit card.
Forgets his wallet everywhere.
Yeah, left it here. Called me, yesterday? About your wallet.
Oh, my God.
We had that issue. Embarrassed us incessantly in front of Harlan Williams multiple times by serving him boiling hot Mountain Dew and then bringing in 2 cubes of ice. Like that was going to fucking help. Great job on that, Butler. And a very good friend of the show. We haven't heard from this gentleman in a minute, but he's got a big improv show next week on Wednesday, correct?
Yep, the 31st.
Big Tim Murphy sitting in with us today. He's going to throw us some news also. Also scheduled to appear, I told Big Tim that I would pay for the topless maid, the infamous topless maid, to clean his place.
Yeah, is this another tank truck scenario?
No, it happened. I Facebook Lived it.
Yeah, he Facebook Lived it, and I do believe said maid will be, is that confirmed?
That is what I believe, yes.
The maid will be stopping by, so we're going to bring her here, and I'm going to do you a favor, Tom. I'm going to have the topless maid. I'm going to upgrade to the premium full nude package, have her clean your desk.
All right.
Full nude desk cleaning.
By the way, I drove that fucking tank truck back and waited for y'all to get it wrapped. But either way, that's fine.
I just like bringing
It's
it
not
up.
like I committed a felony driving it out of state. It's fine.
Could we get the topless maid to drive the tank truck to every house
I
that
think
she
the
cleans?
tank truck is now Chinese washing machines now.
We can get her to drive a tank at Tank America.
We could.
That's true.
How was the topless maid?
Do you
when
want to
she was
do it
clean-
now, or do you want to wait till the maid
Okay,
gets
yeah,
here?
we'll wait for the maid. Yeah,
Well, what
because
if
I
it-
want to see.
Well, wait a minute. I thought. No, hold on a second. You're the one that gets all uncomfortable about this, but I mentioned topless maid, and then you start. Ooh, how was topless maid?" And I offered
I'm
earlier
only
in the
comfortable
week to clean this motherfucker's desk with the topless maid, and then you go, "No, what are you doing? Just do it."
No. I just said it's. Are
you horny today, bro?
No, I'm just saying
man.
is she's in there topless. It's awkward to everybody.
It's
right?
not
That's her job.
I mean, it's
topless maid.
when you
It's
meet her,
America.
you'll see she's trying to get more per hour. She had some surgeries and all, so she can't clean the way she used to. So she's got to maximize her value. She got big old
Well, she had-
titties, and she didn't care about
She
being
had some
naked.
surgeries.
What?
She's
that-
missing a kneecap, so she's.
Oh, cancel the appearance. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I don't even know what that means.
If you're looking at, if you're,
You know what? What does my kneecap even do? I don't need
it
that.
helps
shit.
your knee bend and all.
Does-
she can't
oh my
bend?
God! Do her legs bend the other way?
No,
Oh,
I'd
like
pay to see
flamingo.
that. Yeah, I'd pay to
She's
see a
kinda-
topless
she's kinda-
flamingo clean my house.
it's not that bad, but you'll see. She got big old titties.
Oh, okay. All right.
they
But she wears
big
pants,
old-
right?
Yeah.
Because,
If she eats shrimp, do her titties turn pink?
Maybe.
Oh, my
Maybe.
God.
Let's not do that in front of her. She was very sweet,
Yeah,
a little
let's-
sensitive.
Let's get that out now.
Do we have anything to? I won't mention. You have grass in your teeth again. What the fuck?
Grass.
Why are you
Yeah.
eating what?
What is that?
It's the damn shit in the pinwheels. They put some
Spinach? Lettuce.
spinach.
They put
lettuce.
grass in
Don't
there.
put lettuce in there. I don't need it. Anyway, I will plug Semantics, in which I was on last Friday.
And I heard you were yelling racial slurs.
No,
and you
no, I
were
wasn't.
hammer drunk.
No, Samantha tried to pull 90s radio show host on me.
Well, you should give her a raise and be proud of her because that's the only thing you like.
I learned from the best.
I was
Yeah.
doing 1 minute of comedies. I'm doing all
Hold on a
the,
second.
I'm
You
doing
did a
game
fucking
shows.
1 minute of comedy on there? You
Yeah.
won't even do that on our show.
Well, it's on the Patreon show.
Oh, gotta
You
sign
gotta
up.
sign up for that.
Gotta sign up to be a Patreon.
But I was shamed into it because I can't say no to anybody. So when they were like, "Oh, you gotta do 1 minute." I'm like, "Okay," and then they are like freaking out trying to write 5 jokes I haven't done in a while. Plus, I'm a little loaded and by myself in a dark room.
We were gonna help you.
With
You
a
said
dog,
you didn't want it.
with a dog biting your feet.
Yeah.
How many bites have they healed?
No, that's fine. I can't even feel, but it did bite my feet multiple times.
Could've
Every
been
time
more
I
shoes.
Yeah, I don't take anybody's warnings real or seriously at all.
Don't go in there.
Yeah.
There's a monster in there.
I go. Well, I'll run in there to see a
Monster, where you at? Bite my toe. Oh no.
I also generally don't believe people, or I think they're overly cautious. So I'm like, it's fine. And then damn sure, dog bit my feet multiple times. Anytime I leaned my feet out, it was like, okay, I know what's happening.
Then he just started folding his feet in half.
And then
That's fun.
I would
Japanese
definitely
fight.
sign up to listen to you fold your feet in half, do a 1 minute of comedy, yell racial slurs, and get drunk. That sounds phenomenal. What do you want to do, buddy? You want to jump into some mail on mail? Do you want to just do voicemails? Do you just want to do emails?
I'm down for whatever. It's gonna be a fun day today.
Let's do mail on mail then.
All right.
Let's just fire it up. Here we go. I got a lot of voicemails we haven't done.
Hey guys, thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail. On mail.
I'm watching the Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. If you want to watch all of these shows live, I'm watching it right now. And Sam, the ladies are, pardon me,
Hello.
pretty happy about the side chick
Yeah,
shirt.
I'm wearing it today.
Yeah, it's up on the, I'll put Sam's cam on so you guys can see it. It's up at tomandan.com under the merch section. It's a beautiful shirt. My wife loves hers. Nice job on that. Really good job.
Yeah, thanks to Autumn for designing the chick.
Good job, Autumn. I love it.
Also, we'll say Mail on Mail brought to you by EMSMobileDetailing.com.
Do it.
This is your last chance to get that deal where you sign up.
Reese does
as a
not
member.
clean topless, though.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
does
he
not.
might.
God damn.
For the right price.
I got to ask him.
Big ass titty.
Talking about me?
It's Joke Friday.
I mean, you were looking at Samantha when you said that. I saw that. He looks over Samantha. He's like,
And when I looked up at Twitch because of the delay, I was like displaying my tits for
Yeah.
showing the tank top.
Oh,
on.
no. Yeah, big ass titty.
No, I wasn't saying that.
Jesus.
What the fuck's wrong with you today,
Bowling
man?
My
Grease.
husband's actually in the
Nah,
Twitch chat
Bowling
today.
Grease. Perverts. Anyway, but if you sign up to Reese's Clean Car Club, you get that ceramic coating for free.
You do indeed.
Which a lot of people ask me. I didn't realize it. You can sign up for the cheaper one monthly, and that's the one that includes the $250 ceramic coating. And I was like, God damn! I was like, seems like a bad a business for you, Reese.
It's a little
It's
generous.
insane.
Yeah, it's a little generous. But hey,
but I've seen tons of BDMs are using it, and they love.
Tactical Hat did. What'd you guys think of his jack? Am I supposed to talk about that? Does he?
Don't talk about
Yeah,
anything.
I don't want to get. Look,
Don't
he
talk
got.
about what he
He
drives.
just got a new car, and it's awesome. It's pretty
nice.
dope.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. So it's the special's $30 a month, and the plan includes the monthly detail, and then you get that free ceramic coating. So EMSMobileDetailing.com.
I'll start. Here we go.
So I'm listening to the show with Seth. You guys are talking about loud blowjobs, and I agree with Seth 100%. If you've never had a loud blowjob, it is different than a quiet one. All right.
I got a mouth jibber this morning.
This morning?
I knew
Morning
you.
jibber.
I
No wonder you're
knew.
so damn happy.
I knew that.
He is in a good mood today.
I knew I would have that reaction from Tom because Tom has a problem with people getting at it in the morning.
I don't have a problem with it. It
He
just
just never has
it's
it.
so insane to me that that's even an option.
it's awesome.
in normal people's or
I was
I don't know
stressed-
if that's normal.
I was so stressed
Your wife
out.
is too good.
I was so stressed out yesterday because I had to replace a hard drive in here, and I literally had a terrible day. But it was a good day because we got everything worked out.
Uh-huh.
But I was stressed. I didn't eat dinner, and I didn't get to tuck my daughter in. I missed all of that. But this morning, my wife she's over there reading her phone. I'm waking up, and then I'm like, "Hey, how much longer on the tot clock?" Because that's the little clock that we have that lets Maisie know when she can come out of her room. And she's like, "You got 6 minutes." I was like, "How about a jibber?" And she's like, "Let's do it." And I wanted it louder, but I did get a couple of, but I
Slurps.
wanted it. Yeah, slurps. Thank you. I wanted it. I kind of wanted like a
The moans
Gagging.
too, though.
Yeah. I want some of that, but I don't know if she's
Moaning.
that type of gal. Or maybe we can work into that or try it now and again.
I want her
Morning
to
Jibber, you
sing
gotta get a
Texas
grapefruit.
country music with her. You know,
First rule of morning gibber, stick your fingers in on the head of your penis and then smell your fingers to make sure you're not throwing a shrimp in her mouth. Second rule of
wrong.
morning gibber
What?
is go as fast as you can because you're guarded by that tot clock. And
Well,
there's
in your case, you got the tot clock. Other people, they ain't got the tot clock going on.
oh yeah, then you're fair game.
It's
Yeah,
a Sunday
like
morning,
you'd be fair game.
Easy morning, Sunday morning Jibber. Yeah,
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
I don't know. See, it's hard for me to figure out if that's the norm or I'm the norm or it's somewhere in the middle and we're in the extreme.
I will tell you definitively, you are not the norm.
Hold on.
I don't get it
I don't
all
think
the time,
most
Tom.
wives. Yeah, no, but most wives, if you ask in the morning when you wake up, like, hey, how
Hey,
about
you
a blowjob?
You want to make it better?
I figured 90% of wives would be like, fuck off, or
No,
at least be like, hell no.
Well, they say, well, that's a little harsh. It's like, hey, how about a gibber? Fuck off! Like that. I feel like you
Well,
have
she's
bigger
tired.
marriage problems there.
Well, no,
But you don't want to make it better? And I'm really into this. I'm really into this. She had on her dress, heels, and full makeup. So I caught her as she was about to leave. So it was almost like...
As she's about to leave.
That
And then
must
I-
have been a fast gibber.
Oh, I can go fast. And
Okay.
then I was fantasizing that I'm a homeless man and she's a,
Oh my God.
A businesswoman.
A businesswoman. And I'm like, suck my dick. That was
Did
my-
you get into character?
How did that get you going? You're a homeless
I
man?
don't.
Oh, he's
you don't
demented.
choose the fantasies; they choose you.
No? Maybe?
I think everything I said there is
Hold
completely
on.
incorrect. You do
Let me-
choose your fantasies.
Let me ask Samantha this, and I'm
Yep.
usually
So be
I'm
careful.
way
You've
off.
already side-eyed her titties all morning.
No.
Wait, what?
Big old titty. If
It's
you're
not a side-eye titty shirt. It's medium side chick shirt.
No, he kept going like big old titty.
I'm not
Yes, you
talking about
did.
Samantha. I'm still making fun of Reese. Anyway, so if your husband asks you in the morning, like you wake up in the morning, you're already dressed for work, you're walking out the door, you're like,
You're
"Yeah,
asking the wrong person.
Well, I think if I ask any wife, they're gonna give the same answer as I suspect they'll give. It'd be like, I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. Would you do that?
A lot of
if he
factors
asked?
depends on it. If I'm running late, probably not. Definitely, if I'm already ready for work, ready to go, I'm like, I'll do it, but it's got to be fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the exact attitude I got was, hey,
I'm writing this down.
We got limited time.
Yeah,
so
limited time, yeah.
She said, hey, if we're doing it, I usually get this
Wife.
one. Hey,
I'm making a note for myself because apparently I am not living the dream like you guys.
No,
And if it's the weekend, or
dude,
something,
you don't get it
yeah,
all
who
the
cares?
time. I just asked because, and she knew I was stressed, and then I got this. It wasn't like it was her idea. I asked. And
Have
then
you ever asked Tom?
You gotta ask.
Maybe that's the problem.
Well,
would just laugh at me.
You know, you miss 1,000% of the gibbers you don't ask.
Here's the
for.
problem.
true.
It's like
Write that down.
if I'm already handcuffed in the back of the police car, I'm not going to ask the cop, like, hey, man,
Give me a gibber.
Can you just let me
No.
go? Because I just assume the answer is no, because for a lot of factors. So I just stay silent and call my lawyer.
By the way, I want to give credit.
I'm not going to ask a dumb question I already know the answer to.
I want to give credit where credit is due. Hand Jibber is where this comes from. That is a Chris Fisher original, and I just want to give him credit. I'd never heard of it before, but we've adopted it in my house, and my wife is actually the one that heard it from, I think, BYOCB and Chris, and then we started just winging around Hand Jibber. I got a Hand Jibber a couple days ago.
Did you just ask for one?
Dude, it's
Bubba's, like,
amazing
mad
what you
about
get
it.
when you
You're
ask.
amazed what you can get from a
Hey.
person you're in a healthy, committed sexual relationship with if you just
And
ask.
I'll do you one better. She started
Long
giving me a
time.
hand jibber, and she's like, "This is taking too long. Do you want a mouth jibber?" And I was like, "Upgrade."
Nice.
Like going to first class. I got a balcony room.
But sometimes a hand jibber is just going to be a hand jibber because you're looking for the kinkiness of it, or like
Yeah,
saying
It's a little
she's
naughtier.
suntan and naked out back, and it's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a little naughtier.
I see Travis looking at me. He lives my life.
Okay, Travis, you have a microphone. Weigh in on
Well,
this.
it wouldn't if I was like, hey Jen, let me get a hand jibber. She'd be like, you want a hand jibber?
I don't think you should ever say the word gibber to your wife.
Well, yeah, or if I were to be like,
She's
hey,
a cop.
hey,
You
honey,
gotta
let me
say it
get
British. Say it British.
let me get a hand jibber.
How about a
She'd be
jibber?
like, fuck off.
Fuck off, you cunt.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not giving you a fucking jibber.
Yeah, no, not a chance. I don't think, not a chance.
Hey, we got bits to buy Tom a gibber.
Yay, Dan Paul, 500 biz.
But I don't know if it works like that.
Yeah, I don't think it does work like
If I
that.
try to pay my she's like,
Wait
wait
a
you
minute.
take that out of our account? Fuck off.
Wait, is this the rule that if they give money, do I have to give you the jibber?
No.
I mean, at this point,
I think he didn't say when. It could be in the future. You never know.
That's true. I just feel like you need to ask. I got the hand jibber, and then I got the mouth jibber because I got the upgrade, right? You just got to ask.
It doesn't work like that.
Well, it does if you butter them up a little bit. You don't just like, hey, babe, won't you come give me a hand job real fast?
Well, that seems like what Daniel's asking.
No, I never.
He's not doing a lot of nice shit in the morning.
No, I'll tell you exactly how it went down.
Breakfast in bed.
No, I don't have to do that. I'll tell you exactly how it went down.
Seems like he's screaming, like, I'll pretend to be the bum. No, that's what he's screaming.
Okay,
he lives a different life.
This is what I did. I'll walk you through the whole thing, and I know we won't linger on this because I want to get to other emails and stuff. I'm laying in bed. I have my sleep mask on. She's on her phone. I reached my hand over, touched her arm, rubbed her arm. Then I reached it past her shoulder, and I grabbed one titty, and I gave it a 1, 2, 3.
Like
what is she, a weed eater?
Damn,
you gotta pump the gas bulb.
If I tried that shit, my wife would be like, get off! Like, I'm busy. It's a fucking morning.
Busy? Well, she's not busy. You're reading fucking Facebook.
Yeah, but she's like, listen, I may be the outlier. I'm just saying.
Try it on vacation one time. And maybe don't try it on a Tuesday when she's mad at you. Or busy.
Yeah, but then their kids sleep with them, so it's like, it's hard to...
You'll never. I'll turn on the TV. I could.
You need to go on a vacation with just your wife.
I know that has been. It's been a long since.
You
really,
do
never
need to do that.
Then you'll get a morning jibber.
Yeah, you're right. Although I think it's more of an
evening jibber for
me.
Yeah.
Evening
jibber. Yeah, I got a couple glasses of wine in there.
Yeah. Travis with me.
Do you guys want to jibber each other?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
We'll get this over with.
It sounds like I like how you're calling me and Sam weird, although you guys go on a trip together, so 69 at each other, and then we're the weirdos.
What if we just, how you drink champagne, you put arms around each other.
Wait, and jack each other off like
not a joke. Myself, but our arms are linked, like the old champagne.
I think that's actually worse than jacking each other off.
I don't know why.
It's more awkward.
It's a novelty, anyway.
But anyway, yeah. And then I did the three.
Took a turn.
I did the 3 honks, and then I heard her put her phone down. And when she turned to me, I knew I had sealed the jibber.
All right, that's you live a better life.
And then she said, "Look, if we're gonna do this, we got to go now because the talk clock's clicking." And then we got done. Now I do something that probably you guys don't do. When your wife is done doing something like that, do you go, "Thank you"?
Well,
I ain't married, but yeah.
I always thank my wife.
Apologize.
And
I'm more bummer. I'm like, I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's like
fucking sad.
It's like if I'm passing the janitor in a public bathroom and I blew it up, I'm like, I'm sorry. What you have to do.
Don't go in there.
That's It's
God damn, what'd you do?
Yeah. All right, let's.
All right, it's me on a racetrack every day.
You want an email?
Wow, that would come hot.
Do an
Let's
email.
do email.
Okay, washing hands before pissing. So I went to the bathroom at a gas station and went up to the urinal to piss. When I was done, some guy was washing his hands and then went to piss. Is this common practice? I have never washed my hands before going piss, but I have seen quite a few guys do it. Do they not want germs on their dick? I mean, I wash it in the shower, but throughout the day, who cares?
Okay, I do because like if I wash my hands before and after, and then lately I've been pretty good at doing the max, which is what your son does, where I can go into this toilet, I can raise the seat, and I can just put my hands on my hips and shoot it right into the bowl, never touching my penis. That way I can run back. I was doing a lot of that.
Yeah, because you just pull down, right?
Yeah, I just pull down, and then I go right in the toilet, and then pull up with not ever touching my penis, run back in here so I can do some computer work or something. That way I don't have to wash my hands. If you guys are here, though, I'll wash my hands.
Contaminants. Sometimes you get stuff on your hands like, I don't know, capsaicin, pepper spray, that kind of stuff.
Oh, there's plenty of times I'm making chili and I forget, and then I go piss, and I'm like, yeah. Then it's like you maced your own cock.
You're making tacos, all of a sudden, ah!
Yeah. And it burns for a while, just like your lips or anything else.
Have you ever gotten a spicy cock from making chili or salsa or something like that, and then wanted to put it in your wife to see if you can give her the spicy puss?
Why would you do that?
Why not?
Sharing the wealth.
That's a fuck-off scenario.
It goes back to
because they make warming lubes. Don't use taco seasoning.
Well, I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use McCormick's.
Wow.
I also
fucking brand name man over here.
Well, some fancy bitch.
I also like, for me, I look around where I'm at and I just assume that my genitals are the dirtiest thing in the room. So I'm going to wash my hands after, never before.
First
don't
two
care.
emails painting a very dark picture. Very dark picture.
I washing my hands before I touched my dick. It never made sense to me.
Well, if you eat, let's say we had Don Price and we had Johnny Townsend come in this week and they brought us subs. You're eating a Jersey Mike's. It's got the sub sauce on it. You're just going to go and touch your dick with a sub sauce hand? I'm not. I'm going to wash my hands, pee, then wash my hands again.
There's exceptions, if you have dirty hands. But normally, like, I guess there's people that want, like, I don't want to get germs on my penis. I never worry about those. Look at this, like my feet or anything
from
else.
Our Twitch.
Don't think of your dick like your feet.
It's fine. Same thing.
I put socks on it. I get athlete's dick sometimes. From our Twitch chat room, some sort of geek says, I've done the spicy dick on a lady friend one time, did not go over well.
I can't imagine it would. Fire post.
Yeah, no, that sounds awful. Like,
but girls don't do that because it's very often. Like when you guys go to pee, you don't have to stick your hand in your pussy. Like we have to, for the most
part.
You're not
sticking it in your dick either.
But the outside. I mean, you're not really touching the outside, are you?
No,
you're not.
No,
because you have paper to wipe, right?
Yeah,
I'm just
there's a barrier.
I have to get my pee out like a brand new bottle of Heinz ketchup. I have to stick something in there to start the.
Oh my God! You gotta stick a knife in there or bang it on a table.
He's all backed up from not getting jibbers.
He's gonna hit it from the base.
I'm dehydrated
with the blunt end of his head. It's like, and then. One little drop. Oh yeah, it's like real mustard.
Taking a French fry and rubbing it in.
What's the voicemail?
Okay, here we go. Hey, you know the guy that built our console here, the desk, Drew Montez?
Oh yeah.
I love that guy. Guess what he did?
Daniel, this is the asshole that built your stupid desk. Listen, I'm pulling the old naked guy in the wallet trick. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
The Timmy.
The Tim. It's called the Tim, yeah. He sent me a picture, and I have a video. I can't really play it. The file got messed up in the email. But the follow-up to that is it worked perfectly. He was cry-laughing and said that the Tim is now his favorite. Absolute highest form prank you can ever pull on somebody is to put a naked man playing card where their driver's license is. Because I think, if I remember correctly, one of the best ones that I've gotten lately is that the guy went to show his wallet or pull his driver's license out to a cop. That's the upgrade.
Well, yeah.
That's the fucking upgrade.
Because you never look at your driver's license unless you're showing it to someone. So that's what the best part of the prank is that you normally see it in the middle of some transaction, and then you got them. Like then you're never gonna randomly see it when you're driving a car. Like, let me check my driver's license. You know, it's always
it's a
when you're getting
forgotten-
ID'd or a cop or whatever. It's gonna be in front of someone. That's why it's the best.
It's fantastic. I've pulled it on my wife before. I mean, you've pulled it on me before. I think Tim pulled it on me one time, and I went to buy something. I'm like, come on, you're not gonna be able to go to work with your brother anymore. You keep pulling this shit. Fucking with all of us.
Yeah. He didn't give a
I
fuck.
only regret that we didn't turn him loose on the rest of the show and just let him do it to every cast member, because that would have been pretty awesome. But, you know.
This. I mean, I'm sure in the future, when everybody's more and more sensitive, it's going to be like some sort of like sexual crime.
Yeah, you end up going to jail for it.
Yeah. You put a dick in someone's wallet.
Yeah.
Probably not, but maybe.
When people are like, "How dare you?" So choose wisely. You do.
Next email.
Hi, Sam, Tom, Dan, and Butler. On the topic of what's a real man, when ordering a steak, what's more real man, rare or well done? I've seen both from real men, but never in between.
I think they're different forms of real. They can be different forms of real men. But the well done steak, to me, also has a baby factor to it.
Yeah.
You're kind
they
of
also
a baby.
put ketchup on their steak.
Yeah,
right?
you're kind of a baby if you do that.
Yeah.
My father-in-law does that.
Or you're so hard you don't give a shit.
Right.
You're just going to eat the steak how you want it.
Right. That's a good.
Come tell me I can't have fuck around and find out type thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I like
true.
that. Yeah.
But then, I mean, like any chef will tell you, serving a steak well done, you're not getting the full flavor of what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of ruining the whole purpose
You don't
of the
eat steak very often, do you?
I don't. Well, because my wife's a vegetarian.
But it's not like something you crave, is it?
if I'm at a restaurant or
like Kobe's,
do you
get the steak?
I'll get the steak added on.
I brought it up on purpose.
This guy gets mad as fuck about
Which
Kobe.
is the only thing that Tom and Grift and Jessica disagree on. She loves Kobe's.
I haven't. My wife won't let me go because she agrees with Tom. My wife thinks Kobe is a hunk of shit. I want to go. I get outvoted. I wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese tonight. Got outvoted. I want to go to shitty places, and my wife just won't let me go.
Right, yeah, it's just become
It's not worth the money.
No, it's expensive, oily diarrhea. Like, what the fuck? And and it's all gone.
Can anybody go there and eat it and not get diarrhea?
No,
I don't think it's possible.
Well,
I haven't
you
been
just
there
eat
in like
too
10
much.
years.
You eat too much carbs and oils and greases. I like Koi One Buffet out in Altamont because they do a fake hibachi, fake Kobe sauce and everything. But it's only $15. You eat as much of it as you want.
$15. That's good.
Yeah, but it's still
$15 diarrhea sounds a lot more reasonable than $72 diarrhea.
I'm gonna get diarrhea one way or another, so I might as well enjoy it while I'm doing it.
I'll do this one right here.
Hey guys, it's Zach from Ohio. I often, when I'm at home and I need to fart, I will walk away from wherever I am into a different room, pull my ass out of my pants and underwear, and I'll let the fart out. And then as I'm walking away, I'll pull my pants and underwear back up, and I'll go back to what I was doing. My wife thinks that this is gross, but I contend that it's more gross to get all the farticles in your pants and underwear. Now, when I'm in public, obviously I don't do that. But I'm in the safety of my own home. I'm just wanting to keep the shit separate from me as much as possible.
No.
So I think this makes sense.
This is
everywhere.
You're spraying farticles everywhere now. Your whole house is covered in
mass
farticles.
contamination.
It's fecal contamination everywhere.
This is my voicemail of the week. You win a prize, Zach.
He pulls his whole ass
He pulls his whole ass out, and then he says he spreads his cheeks so you get all the
Now,
part.
if he gets a shart, that's a bad time.
Oh, yeah.
He's shitting right on his living room floor.
I wonder what... Yeah,
That's
no.
not the worst atrocity that living room floor scene.
Oh, you mean with Zach?
Shit on the floor, yeah. That's probably,
why are you even? Is it the whole thing of him not wanting to?
He said he didn't want the fart in his shorts.
He wants it maximum distance away from him.
You know what?
He wants it on his kitchen counter.
I'll tell you one I don't like is if I have to fart, I'll do a variation of this, but only if I have on my cycling shorts, which are padded, because I don't want to fart in the pad.
Why?
Because it holds the fart.
Okay.
So I'll pull it down and I'll let the fart out. You can feel it in there too.
It's the same thing as Zach. You're doing this.
You're
doing it.
You're just as gross.
Yeah.
Well, no, I pull the shorts down. I don't pull my underwear down.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a bare ass.
There's still a barrier. Okay.
Yeah, I'm farting in my underpants. That's fine with me, but I don't want to fart into that pad.
It'll stink. It'll stink.
I guess it's a variation.
Yeah.
You've been farting a lot, don't you? Play a game where you fart on your son's heads? Isn't that the thing now?
Now every time I have to fart, I instinctually look for my sons to fart in their faces because it's my funnest game.
My daughter won't let me do it now because her teacher
won't let you. You're a baby.
No, her teacher
so hold her down.
No, she starts child abuse. No, she'll just chastise me. She'll be like, "Daddy, are we supposed to do that?" The new one is, I'm like, "This is stupid." She's like, "Daddy, are we supposed to say stupid?" Because I guess they're not allowed to say stupid. So I get chastised by her, then Andrew starts chastising me, and that'll cut down on my Jibber.
Yeah, I like walking the dog with Jen, and I'll a couple will walk by, and then I'll fart, and then I'll blame it on her, and then just get in a little brief argument real quick, and then just keep
That's
going.
a variation. That's very Timish of you.
Now
that's a good prank.
Seeing why me and Butler don't get blowjobs all the time.
I fart in front of people. I blame it on my wife. Hey, suck my dick. Fuck you.
Yeah. All right, I'm doing the math now. All right. What's the next email?
Okay. I just wanted to say I saw the documentary last night on Amazon and I thought it was incredible. I'm a morning time listener from around 5:15 a.m. to 6 on the repeat of the corporate time shows, and I enjoy all the content. Just wanted to say thanks for the show. It's great to listen to.
Cool. I appreciate that.
Well,
if anybody wants to watch the documentary, it's on Amazon Prime Video.
There's also we still have DVDs for sale on the site. If anybody wants an actual physical copy.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays I imagine most people are going to choose the Amazon Prime, and just rent it. So it's available. We appreciate it.
It's a good film too.
You want to rate and review it? It tells the whole story about how we started.
Excuse me. Let's do this one.
Hey guys, it's Zach from Ohio. You were recently discussing on the OG show, how are you going to structure the OG show going forward, because you're trying to rethink that. And I think that you stumbled upon one of the funniest things ever in that OG show when you brought up an Instagram called The Lone Wolf, a fan of yours. But, oh my God, that OG show was so fucking funny. You're going through his Instagram. I was literally laughing my balls off. It was so fucking funny. But you guys are awesome. I think keep doing what you're doing. I understand you're trying to release what you release, and as far as content is concerned, and you've ultimately decided that more content is better. If people are upset that you're releasing interviews or whatever, just also in addition to that, release more content. There's nothing wrong with that. Release as much content as you can. I've heard every show you've ever done, so I'm not going to complain because I'm not going to
Okay, Zach.
Yeah. By the way, I appreciate all listeners, but Zach, I already know you love the show.
We call every day. Every day.
Yeah. Like
most of the time, though, I will.
Yeah. We already got you.
Look, I'll give him some credit.
I'm working on everybody else now. You've checkmarked you. We're good.
Yeah. Occasionally, other than occasionally being a bit long-winded, I will say that when Zach calls in, he usually has
a purpose.
Something that we can talk about or a jumping off point. I'll check in with Lone Wolf, who's been a friend of ours for, I'd say, like 20 years now. He looks like he's doing good. We'll check in. I'll give you...
Friend's a liberal term.
Acquaintance we know. And so this is... I'll just go through his 5 latest Facebook posts. This one is, he asked a question for people to answer. It says, if you want to make me happy, just give me... And his answer? Sex.
All right.
Yeah. There's that one. Then, and then there's a picture. He also, this one I'll show you. It has a picture of a man dressed as a woman. And then at the top he says, "And suck on that heart on you got."
All right.
I don't know what that means. Then he wrote, "Kiss my country ass."
All right.
And then let's see. I'm going to finish with, I got to find some of the bikini girl. And then here's the and then we're getting back at the sad again. When do I have my happiness? Spelled HAPPYNESS.
No, all right.
So that's
yeah. I feel like we, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Well said. Well, perfectly said. Want to do one more email and take a break?
Yeah.
Dan, so I have to admit, I'm a QVCmun myself.
Oh, God, it was so good this week. They've got so many new products out that I want, and I might be convinced to get an air fryer, but I want a really big one.
I don't have the counter space for that. My wife and I watch it pretty regularly. I sort of have a thing for Sean. I'm not sure what it is since she's not my type. I don't know if it's how she talks to me from over her reading glasses or that she always wears heels. Anyway, I've yet to make a purchase, but feeling the urge lately. What was your first and or favorite purchase you made? And what are your thoughts on Sean?
Big fan. The only purchase I've made on QVC, and I've been, I thought I was relatively vocal about this, was lavender scented that magic clay that if you wet just a little bit of it, it's this clay that's only in these special type of mountains that they collect, and it's got a kind of almost like a pumicey, like a grit.
Redmond's clay?
A very fine, it doesn't, the name of it was like Everbright, and then they had the British guy on there selling it, the spieler, he's like spieling it, and I bought it, and it worked really good, but then I forgot I had it, and then I opened up one of the cans of it the other day, and it looked like Death Valley. It was all cracked, so I forgotten about it, and it got dry, and then I was mad.
So you're not watching QVC to buy any of the products, you're watching it for pure entertainment value? That's a little serial killer.
Sometimes you turn your brain off, man. Yeah. You don't have to think too hard.
You haven't lived. You've had a man on television explaining to you how you need this set of silicone spatulas while your wife's giving you a jibber.
Yeah.
Pretty
good. Right.
Maybe you should try that. Put it on the background. I find that it increases the level of conversation in my relationship to have on television that we're not both into.
Yeah, you're right. Or
it's just like background noise at that point.
Yeah. Some people like having just the TV on for like background noise, which I find weird.
I do. I think it's a little weird
because
too.
it's like it's playing. And what's the purpose? So that there's that there's something like comforting or whatever. That must be some
drowns out
nostalgia
the
shit.
Immense loneliness and sadness of absolute silence when you live alone.
Don't want to listen to your own thoughts.
You're right. I
The
got
only
kids
thing
running
happy
around.
to see is a dog when you get home. And there's otherwise nothing.
I forgot
you won't
that.
speak out loud to anyone for days if you don't go to work. So sometimes you just want to put the fucking TV on in the background, Tom.
I forgot, Tim.
So you don't feel like the world's crushing in on you, the sadness and depression of living by yourself for the first time
I
ever.
forgot about that part. Didn't think of
You
it.
just like to hear things in the background.
You know what? When are you going to get your happiness? HAPPYNESS.
Let's take a quick break.
Let's take the shot before we go to the break.
Okay,
just to get it out of the way.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll turn
sorry.
the music.
And
No,
by the
you're
way,
good. Let's
why
do
didn't
it.
Tactical Head stick around and hang out?
He didn't want to hang out with you.
Yeah, get back to the chat room.
I don't think he wants. Yeah, he's got a
You
lot.
were here,
He's got a
Tactical.
lot. Yeah.
You brought us the whiskey
Yeah,
today.
but he came out, it was
Back to the
very,
chat room.
very tactically.
Yeah.
It was very tactical.
You could literally be here talking to us if you wanted.
That's not how he works. All
right, I know.
He said I'm supposed to be working.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and Butler, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
I just got back from Colorado. Cheers.
Oh my god.
That's your best one. Ooh, that's good. That's good.
I did not know where that was going to go.
I thought he was about to do a yodel.
I thought he was going to do
For a split second.
Fixin' to learn you from the old family.
Oh yeah. For a split second, I thought he might pull out a gun and kill him. Like, he got a little.
He's had it.
Johnny's home. Here's Johnny, you motherfucker.
I'm okay with dying by that. That's fine.
Yeah. Right? It'd be okay.
10 milligrams too much.
You've been
back, buddy.
You've been extra baloney since you got back.
You get killed by one of the nicest guys I know. It's fine.
Yeah, this guy.
Wait till he
Reach the toxicity level.
full baloney.
Every soda and White Claw that he put in the fridge is upside down. Did you see that? It's unbelievable. All right, well, here's some music. This is Honey. They have a new album out called Yes, 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 Yes. This is Lula, I'm Not Mad. It's got a cool, little fun 80s vibe to it. We'll be right back.
She keeps asking me, just be nice to me, compliment me, make me feel beautiful.
Why is that so hard?
It's so hard to me.
What? You walk up behind
All
her.
that? You
walk
just
up behind
squeeze
her.
the titty weed eater.
Because he does other things other
That's what I
times.
want to do.
No, but it makes my
That's
wife.
all you have to do?
It makes my wife feel good when I walk up behind her and I squeeze her ass and I
Because
go.
it makes her feel sexy
and then
that
I
you want her.
And then I will whisper in her ear because Maisie's watching cartoons and I'm like, your ass looks so good right now. I just want to fucking tongue it.
Oh,
I don't say that. I said that to just get your reaction. No, here's what I would really say. I go, your ass looks really good right now. That's it. That's all you got to say. Nothing more than that.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I only remember to do that when I'm horning myself. I can't. I can't.
No, you gotta
I'm
do
not
it.
selfish. I just don't understand.
You got to do it throughout the week, and then you're priming the jibber.
I'm going to just start sending you a picture of me shaking my head, and that's your cue to to your wife. Just randomly through I'm going to text you. It's going to be.
Then soon it'll cause some auto response where I get horny by seeing you.
Oh my god.
It's like
Association, yeah.
This went horribly wrong.
It's
Back
like
to New Yacht Rock. New
experiments
Yacht Rock.
when they shock the rat and then eats the food or whatever. It's like that.
It's like I told you at Craig's birthday party. You walk up to her, baby, I love you. You're so beautiful, and I appreciate all you do for me. And she'll melt. I watch. She'll melt.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Big Tim. You know more.
I know how to get your wife
more
to
than
jib you.
anybody. If you tell someone that's bad at something how to do it right, they don't listen to you.
No, dude,
look at anybody. Like, come on, bum, just get a job. Do this, whatever.
Well, those all
they're
require
like,
extra steps. I'm telling you to say a one sentence phrase to the woman you've been married to since.
Hard as getting a bum job.
Okay.
Tom, I have studied. Don't say bum job.
That's what you got this morning.
I study you and your wife. It's what we do. You study me and my wife. That we know a lot about each other. But if you want to seal the deal, if you want to go to
Gibbertown?
Gibraltar, you literally all you got to do is occasionally and just out of the blue. It's got to be out of the blue. It can't look like it's attached to anything else. It's got to be literally while you guys are watching the end of Stranger Things, and you got to like look at your wife and just lean over to her and go like, look, there's nothing sexier than you being such a good mom. You're such a good mom. And that to me is very attractive. I love you. That's all you got to say. And then it's fucking...
Okay, well, hold on.
I'm going to clone your cell phone.
It's out of my nature.
I'm just going to text romantic things.
Because I know you believe that.
It's like when a stranger comes up to you and offers you something like, you're like, whoa, you're scared. Like, here's $100. You're like, whoa, what is that? You start looking around for the cameras and like, what's attached to this? That's what my wife thinks now. Because
let her think that for the first maybe 5.
You got to let her
5 would be like 500 times. Then she'd finally, that's a lot of work.
Well, you don't do them all in a row. You gotta
Space them out.
You gotta space. You gotta put in some work.
Listen, I think it's working out perfectly fine right now.
You're not getting any jibbers.
You guys know, shit.
Sam's trying to help you. I mean, that's a good producer. I gotta tell you, I produced radio shows for 20 years. I would never help any of those fucking idiots get blowjobs.
It's in
line 1. We gotta guess.
So, he's in Canada right now.
Yeah.
And
good day.
He is getting ready for Felicia Spencer's fight tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
I've been following him on social media. I've seen the media day.
Man, Felicia looks good, and that move she pulled with the hands on the hips.
Yeah,
come on, dude.
He's with Felicia right now. On the line with us, Seth Petrozelli. What's going on, Seth?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good day, eh?
Yeah, good day.
So you're...
Felicia's actually right next to me, too. You're on speaker, so she's here with us.
All right, perfect. So... First off, whose idea, because Daniel's right, the move of not doing the stereotypical...
Put your dukes up.
Yeah, dukes up,
like an
mean
old idiot.
mug face. Felicia just calm, collective.
She put her hands on her hips and just kind of looked at her like, you got nothing.
So was that Felicia's idea? I loved it, by the way. It's psychological, and it may have caused the line to back down because I watched it.
You stole my question. I think that the something
the
as
money's
simple,
coming in on Felicia right now.
Something as simple as the posture that she had, I think, affected it.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that?
That was just kind of natural. I didn't say this is what I'm for sure going to do, but it's kind of a normal position I take, and if she did anything aggressive to me, I'd be ready to stand my ground. But to me, that was just natural.
It came off and it didn't come off forced at all. It came off as that really elegant confidence. It came off super confident, and it gave me goosebumps. And then, man, we're all going to be watching and just fucking going crazy for you guys.
That whole.
It definitely wasn't my idea because I asked her to go out there and twerk. So
that's work.
But you always want okay, you got to go out there and you got to pull your pants down and have hot dogs fall out.
Yeah, I asked her to just look over her shoulder and bend down, kind of like in a doggy style.
Oh my God, damn it!
Never. Okay,
Felicia, you got to disassociate yourself.
No one's ever done that. I thought it would be exciting.
When it comes to karate, when it comes to training, when it comes to fitness and nutrition, maybe listen. But when it comes to any type of idea about here's what you got to do, you need a mohawk with dildos in it. Just don't do any of that.
Here's how the public will like it. You need a professional.
He actually had a great idea that we were hoping for that got shot down by the brass here. We were gonna during the official the ceremonial weigh-in. We were hoping that we could rent a beaver costume and have Seth wear a giant beaver costume while I weigh in, ceremonial weigh-ins. But then the UFC said, no, we can't do that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How many times have the UFC told Seth no about some goof shit that he wanted to do? Didn't you want to bring a little... Yeah.
This will be the third time, man. I'm pissed off. Why would they not let people have fun? How amazing would it be to have a giant beaver mascot jump out with Felicia?
I can't disagree with you. I would have loved it. Let me ask you guys a serious question about that. Look, they want to be legitimate. They don't want it to be silly. I know Seth's always tried to squeeze a little bit of humor and levity into all of his fights. Is there something to be said about, people calling it the unfun championship or it's kind of like the NFL. Don't celebrate. Don't act like you really are having fun out there.
Take the fun out of it.
Yeah, because I feel like I personally personally, I believe that your approach, Felicia, and Seth's approach is the correct one. Orlando City had it for a while when we were there. I'm not saying that we were the catalyst there, but they had this this fun vibe about, like, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Look, we want to win, and we're badasses, but we also have a sense of humor. We don't take ourselves too seriously. What would you say about that?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot recently because some people I've seen, like, just trolls online, like, saying that I'm so comfortable there, like, I'm not taking it seriously. And, man, like, I'm having a great time, and I feel like there's got to be other people out there that, like, when you dedicate yourself 100% and you're really focused on something to achieve greatness, that's fun. Like, I'm having a great time doing it, and it's all about reaching that greatness. So,
yeah, this is your bucket list, right? Like, I mean, you've been working your whole life to do this, and then you want to get there, and then people don't want you to enjoy it? That seems a little...
Yeah, it's like, just because I'm smiling and, relaxed doesn't mean that I'm not 100% focused.
Don't change the smile. The smile gets in people's heads. I'm telling you right now, it does.
See,
you have this smile that is a genuine, like, hands on the hips, and you're just, like, smiling, and it's very mindfucky.
And here's the thing. It's intimidating because I think people are scared of, like, why is she so confident? Why is she having so much fun?
It's like the Joker.
When you take the pressure off it, I think 100%, I think all the pressure's on Cyborg right now.
Absolutely it is.
Coming back after a knockout, everybody, like, overwhelmingly, all these analysts and MMA people are expecting her to win and stuff. And I love the position you're in because I truly believe that you have what it takes to beat her 100%, and we can't wait to watch the fight tomorrow. And how do you feel right now? You feel calm, comfortable?
Yeah, man, this morning I woke up feeling better than I've ever felt before a weigh-in, and I got to weigh in early this morning, and I've already drank and started to eat food, and I'm feeling great. I've never felt this good in the morning of a weight cut day, so I'm just excited to enjoy the rest of my day. I got my parents here with me, and
that's awesome.
We're going to go eat some food and, just keep on enjoying the moment.
I was going to ask you, Felicia, you were born in Canada. The fight's in Canada.
So cool.
How does that feel? I mean, obviously, your hometown's Orlando. We're all rooting for you, but is it a cool experience, fighting in Canada at this level and, representing Canada? Like, have a lot of Canadians reached out to you and support?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have had a lot of Canadian fans, like, just excited for me to, like, represent Canada also, and I'll be wearing, like, a mixture of the American fight gear and then carrying the Canadian flag tomorrow.
That's awesome.
It's kind of, like, rekindled a lot of the Canadian side of me, of the pride and representing the dual citizenship that I have. A lot of people that I train with didn't even know until recently that I was a dual citizen and, where I was from. So it's kind of cool to, like, share that with everybody.
She's been speaking to us in French the entire time, and it's been a hard time trying to understand her, so it's been very confusing.
Big dumb Seth, no like we.
I know like other language, English, American.
So this is ridiculous to ask in this environment and in this. How was the flight? Were you scared the whole time?
Oh yeah.
You're sitting next to Felicia. What happened?
Well, luckily, I changed my flight. I spent another $100 changing my seat so that way I'm further towards the front of the airplane, and I'm by a window like I like to be, so I can look out the window and make sure there's no, like, things cracking on the wing or anything happening like that. But it was actually, surprisingly, it was a decent flight coming here, which I like. Because any turbulence is what I don't like. So anytime the captain turns on the seatbelt sign, I start to sweat. I start to get nervous. I look around. I ask Felicia, I'm like, "Is everything okay? Everything good?" And of course, her fiance is a dick, and he tries to fuck with me. But he actually got scared. There was one big bump at the beginning, and I grabbed the seat and I started shaking. And I looked at him, and he did the exact same thing. So I felt really good about that.
Tom,
I wasn't the only
Tom and I have traveled a decent amount together, and I'll use him in this analogy. A wise man once told me, and that was Tom Van, as I explained to him that I like a window seat up front of the plane, much like Seth, so I can see if there are any cracks on the wing. And Tom said to me, and it made a lot of sense, he's like, well, what the fuck do you think you're going to do?
They're easy. I'm gonna go to the front, bang on the door, and ask for the parachute that's on the plane. I know there's a parachute somewhere.
There is no parachute
on the plane. Yeah, I think that's
at that speed you'd be disintegrated by jumping. It would kill you by jumping out of it. And you can't punch fix the airplane wing. But
I can feel better about start swinging on all the passengers, and I swear to God. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes me feel good is hitting when I hit my leg, it makes me feel good. So I know that if I just swing and just start beating people,
so you knock everybody out, and then you land safely, and then you go to jail.
then I'll deal with the consequences then. But
So just to let everybody know, what time do you expect the fight to happen? What are we looking at time-wise for tomorrow?
So in local time, Orlando, it'll be around 11:30 is when I'm kind of scheduled. It's kind of, could be a little sooner or later, but that'll be about the time. It's on pay-per-view. You can get it through the ESPN Plus app. UFC 240.
Yeah. Awesome. We'll be there. And hey, guys, I know you're so busy, and the fact that you would take the time to call into us really means a lot to us. We will be.
There's just a lot of other more important places we got to be.
Yeah, we know.
Right. I mean, honestly, there's literally like a whole lineup of podcasts that are national podcasts.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
I'm ready. We're doing nothing. You can call anytime.
I'm doing a poutine eating challenge. All right.
We'll be watching Felicia.
We love you guys. Stay safe. You don't need luck because you got the skills. I'm confident, and I cannot wait to watch you guys. Felicia on Saturday.
Yeah.
Not the beaver.
Unless I sneak the beaver costume, I could say F you to Dana and just wear it. I don't care.
I mean, you guys only get fined
Seth, this is not about you. This is Felicia.
No, don't ruin this for her.
I can't wait till Felicia beats Cyborg and she fires Seth so fast.
No, wait a minute.
I need a serious.
No, wait a what about Beaver Seth? And then I get a little beaver costume, and it's Beaver and Beaver Jr.
Soon you'll be guys.
The hypochondriac beavers.
I like the beaver fever.
Yeah, beaver fever with Beaver and Beaver Jr.
So funny.
All right, we love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
They're so cool.
Yes.
I'm glad it's later because I got a concert tomorrow, and I'm like, God damn it! I gotta get out of this concert early.
When I heard 11:30, I was like, okay, Sam's gonna feel better because you've never been this excited for a fight.
I watch UFC quite often.
But I know, because she's
hometown
so
girl.
nice.
Yeah.
She's the nicest human being that will
scary as
kill
fuck
you.
with her hands on her hips.
It was a good move, man. That was a quality move. And I think, I don't know enough about gambling, but I honestly believe, and you can tell me, because I know you're reading books now about this.
Yeah.
I had to reiterate to listeners, yes, he is actually reading books. But can something as simple as her, just the posturing, the confidence that she exudes, and how it appears on media sites, because they're already screenshotting it.
Yeah.
So every
that
coverage,
can change the line, yeah.
It can change the line.
Yeah, and here's my quick gambling analysis.
Yeah, do it.
As I've been learning more and more about gambling, like professional gamblers, they don't gamble on who they think is going to win or lose, or they gamble on the odds. So they'll gamble against odds that they suspect are wrong, or point spreads or something like that.
They want to make money. That's the key, right?
So they're not like, oh, I think this team's going to win, or I think this person's going to win. They're gambling on these odds are wrong, so therefore the best money's on this. So after analyzing Felicia's odds and everything, I think they're off because of Cyborg's reputation. So therefore, now here's the thing: Cyborg's still the favorite, and I totally understand that. And you can go and look, and you can see all the reasons and all the professionals.
She's a supreme athlete, but man, she looks a little old, right? But hard living.
But right now,
right? And she could murder you with her eyes.
No, I'm not saying she couldn't, but I look at her and then I look at Felicia, and I know that Felicia's younger, and I know that Felicia trains the same way.
I thought you were talking about Felicia.
No, Felicia looks like if you compare the two of them, Cyborg hard living.
Well, she's also been punched in the face a lot more.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So here's what, and I put my bet in last night. The odds have changed a little to plus 425 right now. You could find different odds in different sites and whatever, but at the time at plus 450, I mean, Felicia's a huge underdog. So if you break that down to percentage wise, the books are giving Felicia an 18% chance of winning. It's actually 18.18% chance. I believe it should be higher than that for a variety of reasons, but I think that the odds are wrong. So as pro gamblers, they'd bet the Felicia fight not because they assume she's going to win, but they assume the odds are giving are off, and they would put the odds at higher. I would probably put it more of a 35% chance. They put it at 18% chance. So that discrepancy means you should bet on Felicia every time because the best money's on Felicia. There's a couple reasons. Felicia's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Cyborg's a brown belt. Seth told us there's a big difference in that. Cyborg's 34 years old. Felicia's 28. Not a huge difference, but it does make a little bit of a difference. Cyborg got knocked out last fight, and Seth told me a lot of times when fighters get knocked out their last fight, sometimes they're hesitant in their plan of attack because the last time they used the same plan, they got knocked out. So as Cyborg changes her plan, which has always it's meant she's been undefeated for so long. She's only lost one fight, but the fact that she got knocked out last time, that could change. Also, when a fighter gets knocked out in a previous fight, sometimes it changes the percentage or likelihood of her getting knocked out again. There's a weird phenomenon with once you've been knocked out once, sometimes it's easier to get knocked out again. It's like they call it you have a weaker jaw now. Don't know if that's the case, but all those points to me means Felicia has more than an 18% chance of winning. Therefore, the best money's on Felicia in the plus money. I'm not saying bet the house. All I'm saying at plus 425, it's worth a small bet. So
He's really
you can win a lot.
So I should bet my whole paycheck.
No, definitely not. But you don't have to because at plus, here's the thing, at plus 450, you bet $50 to win like 237 or something like that. So it's bet $10 and at plus 425, you're winning a lot of money for a small risk of $10. It is better than betting against or betting for Cyborg. She's minus 650, so you have to bet $650 just to win 100. So the best money's on Felicia. Anyway, there's my analysis, and we should bring in the
let's do it. I got into my Bovada account.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give you $100 later today to bet for me.
I'm gonna give you 10.
Just get an account.
I'm not guaranteeing anything. All I'm saying is from what I've read and what I've learned, the best money. The advantage is on the plus 425 rather than the minus 650.
All right, are we bringing in our guests?
Let's do it.
I will. Butler, you want to assist with that?
Put 20 on for me, Tom.
Well, there's not
I don't know how to do that.
We can't do that on Twitch.
I thought about becoming a bookie.
Oh, you'd be the worst bookie ever.
It's hard.
You should be calling me, asking me if people break people's knees.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, she has no name, but you've heard us talk about her. I've talked about this and teased it a little bit. Big Tim Murphy was who found the original ad?
I think it was Big Tim, right?
No, I think Barb did. I didn't find shit.
There was a couple different people that were sharing it.
Shared it.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have two guests today. Not only do we have Big Tim Murphy, comedian who's got a show at the Orlando Improv on Wednesday,
the 31st. Yeah,
the 31st. I'm gonna try to head out there and probably gonna Uber out there, get some drinks and
call and say, "Hey, baby, you get free tickets."
Free tickets?
Yeah, you should come because I'm gonna bring some pecan whiskey and we're gonna get fucked up with for my job.
So free tickets. I didn't know that. So if you want to go and it's totally free, you can meet me out there. I'm gonna head out there to the Improv and take in some comedy. But we have another guest because we found an ad and we'll explain all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, the cleaning lady.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
Hold on.
So it's like give us an
I gotta
explanation.
poof up her microphone a little bit.
Sorry.
So
oh, you're good. Don't even worry about it.
Do you want to explain to your audience like the services you provide and also how you came up with this idea?
So I've been cleaning for a solid 5 or 6 years professionally.
Okay.
Just for a few people I know, but I've learned a lot along the way. And I was inspired one day when a man offered me $1,000 to clean his house in Alabama. And I was like, that's not a good idea. I'm not doing that.
So he wanted you to travel to Alabama for $1,000 to clean his house?
No, he was going to pay for my travel.
Oh, wow.
And pay me $1,000 to clean his house. And I knew it was that's not I'm not the kind of person that would put myself in that situation.
Yeah. It's like a red flag. I'll give you $10,000 to show up at my house with some Mike's Hard Limited. You're like, wait a minute.
Don't tell anyone you're coming.
It sounds too good to be true.
Are you an orphan by chance?
Some strings attached to it.
Yeah, definitely some strings. So it had me thinking, like, if he would offer me $1,000 to clean his house in Alabama, what else could I do? So I thought naked cleaning, but of course that's not appropriate. So topless came next. And
That's
in Miami, they have it.
Yeah.
For sure.
It used to be a thing, and I brought this up because I have talked about you in length on the show because I'm fascinated by this because my dad went through a small obsession with topless cleaners.
Yeah.
And it was a thing
in
the late
company,
80s
right?
and early 90s. It was a thing.
Like topless maid service or whatever?
Yeah, it was like a thing. And I remember even seeing it, I want to say in the Daytona Beach area. It sounds pretty accurate, right? Sounds like a Volusia County thing where you could have like a topless maid come and clean your house. And my dad would always make jokes about it. He wanted to do it. He was going to pool his money with his friends. And I remember as a young boy hearing probably completely inappropriate for him to be talking about this with my mom in the car. And me. But anyway, it was a thing.
And they used to advertise it pretty liberally as far as like they weren't like it wasn't a underground thing or whatever. So it has to be legal, right?
Twitch bitch BDM in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. If you guys ever want to watch the show live and you're listening to the audio component of this, you've never seen us record. She says back in the early 2000s there was a naked handyman, Dan. So it was naked handyman Dan in Tampa.
No one ever called him.
No, she said he looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter, and he was a naked handyman. I'm pro nude jobs.
Hold on,
no,
there's a difference between men and women, and to offer the services of I don't think women want that, right?
Fuck, I got drywall dust in my foreskin.
Friend.
Like my wife doesn't watch Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Well,
Like, I wish
not if it looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I wish this guy would.
If it was like a Ryan Gosling, I'm like, all right.
Would you hire an
cabinet.
attractive, hot, nude handyman?
Of course.
Yeah. Really?
See, you're the weirdo.
No, I was just saying.
Me and Sam, we're the cool.
Let's look at the other options of handymen. They're not. They're all sketchy.
Yeah, either you get teeth falling out, OxyContin addicted, or nude.
Yeah,
right.
Or Dog the Bounty Hunter, old smoke dick.
Well, I don't want that either.
Don't say smoke dick.
So now. So first question is it's got to be legal because there's been tons of these services, right?
Yeah,
it's
why
like,
wouldn't it be?
I don't know. I'm like I don't know. If
I
there's,
Be cool, bro.
Whoa,
I'm just saying,
that's a question people ask, right?
Yeah, but it's no different than. I mean, it's not a. I mean, like, he's saying be cool, but it's not prostitution.
Yeah, he's paying for the cleaning.
Yeah, and she just
and it
happens
gets hot in the house.
Yeah, and she just doesn't have a top on.
And
I think it's pretty awesome.
What's like? How did you start advertising it? What did you just put it out there?
Were
and all the
you
free ads
concerned at first, like, or were you like, I don't know if I want to do this?
My first advertising was on a sugar daddy websites.
No, that's good.
Tom's on those.
You gotta find you're smart.
One
woman.
day you'll find your sugar daddy.
You know, you advertise to your demographic.
Yeah, so I mean, they can afford that. Not many people can, and then I thought about it. I was like, I'm really gonna hit the villages, so I got in the word of mouth pages. I'm not really focused on Orlando, Tampa, Ocala maybe, but Orlando, I haven't really had good responses.
Oh, here's the ad from the Herald Tribune that I'll go ahead and pop this up so our Twitch viewers can see it about Handyman Dan. There he is.
No,
wow.
He does look like Doug the Bounty Hunter, and it appears that in this particular ad, he seems to be mounting a flat screen TV for a woman on the phone with her husband who she's very concerned about being raped. That's what
I don't see that. I see.
Stay on the phone with me.
She also has, and this is going to freak you guys out. This is going to freak you guys out, and I want credit for knowing weird things. That right there, that painting on the wall, that is an original Barry Barnett painting. Because Barry Barnett, he focuses on Florida wildlife. My mom and dad own one. They met Barry Barnett in a seafood restaurant. He proceeded to gift them one of his original paintings. He's very famous. That is an original Barry Barnett manatee painting.
Expensive though?
Very expensive. So this lady's got the money.
It's like, this guy looks like Manny, the friend of Steve-O from that thing.
He does.
He
does look like Manny from that thing.
So now, what's the normal
Thank you,
customer? that you get that wants your services. And I'm always wondered this: do some people leave the house? Do they stay and just watch all the time?
Why would you hire a topless
I don't
maiden
know.
to leave the house?
I'm awkward. I'll be like,
Hey, look, I'm going to the store, and when I get back, you better still have your titties out. Like, who would do that?
I don't know, because now it's
Dude,
like,
is everything weird with sex with you? Is everything?
Not ever. No, I'm just saying, like, normally when like a cleaning lady comes, like, you feel awkward just sitting down while she's cleaning. So like, you don't know what to do, and then most people are just like, I'll leave the house and go somewhere else because it seems disrespectful almost. It's an odd thing. It's like, yeah, having a cleaning person, like, here's the thing, it's essential. Like, I know we do it all the time because my wife works full time, I work full time, we got the kids. It can't be done. We can't clean the goddamn house.
You work full time. This ain't work,
Work
brother.
is drunk.
Yeah,
Too
this
high
is
to
just,
clean.
we're alcoholics with microphones. Yeah.
I'm just saying, what do you experience? Do they stick around? Do they watch you? Do they just go about their business? How does that work?
So most men are very nervous.
No, yeah.
Most men can't deal.
Do they shut down a little bit? Do they freak out? Are they shaking when they answer the door?
I've had a couple people text me and they're like, I'm freaking out. So I have to call them and talk to them while I'm on the way to start conversations to make them feel comfortable.
Whacking off, though. I bet. I mean, I would. If I were scared and you called me and you're like, look, this is going to be fine, I'd be like, all right.
That's like creepy. Why are you doing that?
I'm just being honest with her.
Yeah.
I'm also not her target client.
You know what? And that brings up another question. I mean, do you, because maybe you get the opposite. Because at first, people would assume that you get like creepos or you get the creepiest people. But have you found that? Or you found most people that do it are, you know, just, hey, like, I haven't seen this in a while. Or maybe this is
I think the novelty of it.
Novelty?
Is,
Yeah.
I think for my dad, it wasn't like he wasn't seeing my mom's titties. But I think to my dad... There was,
because he's not going to go to a strip. He's too old, you know. Like,
that's not his scene either.
No.
He likes his whiskey and Coke and everything. But to bring it into his home and then get,
Oh wow, 3 White Claws.
I think he was going to offer a
Taylor's
variety of
lost
flavors.
His mind. I'll just set him in here
No,
for
he
people
needs
that
all
need,
3.
that need booze.
So yeah, how do
Take
you
them?
like? How's most of your customers have
you,
been?
sir.
I mean, like, do they come off as like, oh, this is a little creepy, or do they normal people that maybe, like Daniel said, they going to a strip club or anything, or seeing a nude woman in person, and any other facet, they're not going to do. So this is just unique or novelty to them.
I've had a couple very pushy men that I've had to actually leave.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like they think it's something else.
Do you carry like mace or anything just in case? Yeah.
Yes, I do
that's
carry
smart.
mace,
Yeah.
but I always
feel
keep
like you-
everything close to the front door. I wear like a dress so I can slip it on really fast and be out.
That's
I feel like you might need like Tim or me or Tom to go along with
bodyguard.
you and just sit on the couch and like, you got any snacks? And I sit there and I watch TV
Yeah,
and I'm like, hey,
Security.
you can watch, but if you start like fucking being weird and shit,
Yeah.
we're out.
Dude, escorts, like the illegal, like the prostitution ones, they have a bodyguard that sits outside in his truck. I know this because one of my buddies told me in high school he like called an escort in his mom's house, and they came to the house and like his mom was sleeping and brought the escort, and then he's like, you remember he called me, he's like, hey dude, there's a scary black guy outside waiting in the parking lot, and then I'm like, I don't know what he was like 18 or whatever.
They need protection.
Yeah. So if anything goes down, that guy's kicking the door in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of professions where you need somebody to wait in the truck, like the drunk guys that I hired to trim the trees in my my Audubon Park house.
Yeah.
They had their grandma stay in the truck.
That's more convenience than safety.
They kept it running, and then occasionally they come back and they'd like make her crack the window, and then they check on her, and she's in there smoking with the windows up, and then they'd slip a beer through the window, I think just to keep her alive.
Yeah.
So Tim, you and I will. I'm a man of my word. I will reimburse you for said cleaning, but I would like a. Kind of a, should we do like a walkthrough? I feel like they do with video games.
Yeah.
This is Twitch after all.
Yeah. So, and how did it work, Tim? When you hired
I sent her some Facebook messages to her service thing. We picked a Saturday. Then she showed up. She cleaned. I Facebook lived into the BDM group with the camera.
Were you okay with that, or did you think that was a little weird? Like, because he also, I asked if he would ask you to come on the show, and I really do appreciate you coming in. Was it a little weird to hear that, or?
No, I'm very open.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Well, I duct taped my rear camera shut and talked to her about it first.
See, I was wondering about that. Yeah.
And I said,
That's a
hold
good
on.
move.
And I said, look, and I didn't even bring the whole roll of duct tape with me because I thought that'd make her a little nervous. So I just put, I ripped off a little bit.
Like,
and I put in my
why do you have a
pocket.
roll of duct tape?
Because as soon as I started leaving,
Psychopath.
I was like, shit. I
That's
wasn't
the
wearing
single
overalls.
funniest non-joke you've created thing you've ever said.
I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt and camouflage pants.
Oh,
Right?
oh my
so I was
God.
trying to make sure I was as bright as possible. Be as least threatening as possible.
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to be like she shows up. You're wearing a ninja outfit.
Well, I'm wearing all black t-shirt, black overalls, black shoes, black socks, hair pulled back.
Oh my Christ!
So, and then I duct tape camera. I asked her first. We did a little chit chat and all, and then she steam mopped the floor with the shark thing.
Wow, you do the steam mop? That's an advanced move.
My floors have never been that clean. They weren't that clean when I moved in. And then I asked her random questions from the Facebook that people were asking. I gave her some cash and then walked her to the car, carried the thing out.
This sounds like a phenomenal service provider.
What's the normal rate for your services?
I charge $125 an hour.
All right, that was good.
I think it's fair on both accords because I feel like there should be a premium markup. You're not just getting an average cleaning.
I think a regular cleaning person's probably like between $20 an hour, $25 an hour, something like that. Is that
if you're paying for one of them service things, you look like $50 an hour.
Some of them can be very, very expensive.
Yeah, but this is a huge advantage to a certain market of people.
And big old titties.
Has anybody? Why would you say that?
What? No, I mean that's why she does it, right? I mean, you're okay with that, right?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
okay. I'm trying to be respectful.
No, I'm being respectful too. That was said as in like a good thing. It's like, when did saying big old titties become un-American?
Have you
ever? You know what? Send him home. Send him home. Send him home.
Go back.
My home is just 7 miles away.
No joke Friday.
You lied about Jibber Ghazi. You lied.
Don't say Jibber Ghazi.
You got good pubes killed that day.
Have you ever had a client leave the house and then you wonder like why did they or they always stay? And now do they just look at you the whole time or do they go about their day?
Well, they look at me the whole time.
Okay.
I haven't had a client leave the house, but I have had a client almost fall asleep while I was cleaning.
Oh, okay. The
So
older person.
Very relaxed.
I did have to leave. I was just like, okay, I have to leave before you fall asleep because that's inappropriate. I can't be here while you're sleeping.
Now, this is an uncomfortable question, but I have to ask it because I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't. But have you ever had a client like all of a sudden he's like sitting on the couch and got a blanket over his lap and it looks like he's fighting a squirrel in there?
Sometimes my ferret becomes unruly. The only way to calm him down is to put this washcloth over his head and then punch him repeatedly.
Yeah. And you have to say like, sir, please do not do that until I leave.
I mean, I'm not uncomfortable in that aspect. I tell them as long as I can't see it and I don't have to clean up after it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
you do.
yeah.
All right.
Look, God bless this mess.
Yeah. Do you have to tell
I don't know why I said that.
Especially, but and nowadays you have to tell them like, hey, are there any cameras in your house or anything like that?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be.
I'm pretty aware of what hidden cameras look like.
We should get you one of those things and sponsor it from our show. The thing where you can detect.
I actually want to buy one of those.
I do too.
Because I stay at a lot of Airbnbs.
Well, like in hotels and Airbnbs, that's like the new thing that the scam that people try to do. Not for me, but for my wife and daughter. I wouldn't mind walking through there. Plus, I'm a techie, and it's kind of cool. And if I found one, what would I do? Do I get like... Do you call the cops or I get to sue the person? Or?
Call me over and I'll just spread my butt cheeks real.
Better idea.
The last image they see of you
they're fast forwarding like, they're like, oh, say something, no!
It's just me just slowly but surely shoving it up my ass.
On the camera.
Just shoving it up my ass.
That's a great idea, Tim.
I like how they marketed those cameras on Facebook. They're like, look at this camera. Looks like an iPhone charger. It's for catching your nanny stealing things.
No,
I'm
it's not.
I'm like, how many fucking people on Facebook have nannies? First off, this shit is for fucking videotaping girls.
It's for
perverts.
It's probably for nannies and perverts.
What's the percentage of people that have nannies? Next to none in the United States, right?
By nanny, they mean like babysitters too.
Whatever.
So is there any
it's
variation?
it's for filming your babysitter in the toilet. People aren't pieces of shit.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, they're wrong, but you're not all the way right.
So the cleaning lady, is there any variation to like the services you provide? Do you do pressure washing? Do you do? Look, I'm serious. Why are you laughing?
No,
I don't. She's just not laughing at your podcast business, sir.
Yeah. Will you do any?
Yeah. Well, are there limitations to what we can get, or is there an option for? Can I, if I pay more, can I get a premium? We pull the blinds and you're nude. Like what? How's that work?
I feel like it's very inappropriate to be 100% naked. I feel like there's a sanitary line that I shouldn't cross.
Yeah. I agree.
I think that would welcome a lot of unwelcome
Agreed.
clients.
Once you open that, it's like Pandora's box.
There are limitations. So as you can see, I'm wearing a wig, so I'm not getting this wet. So I'm not going to do anything that's going to get this wet. I'm not going to go into heat and outside or anything like that get this and sweat my makeup off. So that's something I'm very clear about. I don't do bathrooms. There's nothing sexy about cleaning someone's toilet.
Yeah.
So
then you sneeze your wig into the toilet.
Yeah, that would be bad. You're leaning over there scrubbing some diarrhea out of there. I mean, we get that all the time. I feel so bad. We have cleaning people that come here called Her Majesty Services.
And they're beautiful women
and
too.
They
and
are
we
beautiful.
Subject them to.
I mean, if they would have, let's just say with the.
Come on.
Why? Oh, should I not say that?
Let me get the
They're friends of mine. I texted them this morning. What did? Excuse me, sir. What did you say?
I'm not talking.
It's a podcast.
I'm not talking anymore.
Shut down.
But I feel like I am pro what you're doing. How long do you see yourself? Doing this? Is this something that
is business booming?
Do you want other girls to come kind of under your umbrella and you have like a team of girls that kind of do this? Do you want to add some boys, some guys, so you can offer, like different things? You want to add some handyman, or some odd jobs or something?
I think
Why are
there's
you
a lot
laughing?
of responsibility when it comes to taking people under your wing with this kind of work.
No,
because I would be probably held accountable if anything were to happen. Even with a man, I mean, even inviting a naked man in someone's house, I mean, there's still that risk.
Yeah,
that I would not be comfortable, with at all. I like having be my own person. If they want to do it themselves, that's cool.
Sure.
I explored the business aspect of it, but I don't even know how I would ensure that.
Yeah, it gets complicated, I'm sure.
I mean,
and you're right,
they're
the
doing
insurance.
And I highly specialized or like just different type of job. I mean, out of all the jobs you can list, I mean, topless cleaning lady is the strangest, right? One of.
Yeah, it's definitely unique.
In a good way.
100. It's in the top 100. It might not be in the top 10,
Yeah.
but it's in the top 100.
I mean, in
for
a
sure.
good way, though. So were you very satisfied with, like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got my floors mopped by a topless woman, and y'all were paying for it. What the fuck else?
That's pretty
what do
dope,
I have to
right?
complain about?
That's pretty dope.
We're in this.
Hey, I want you to think about that. Always remember, I'm a dream maker.
Listen, y'all got me on a tank. A fucking big old titty woman mopped my floors for me.
You've been on our cruise.
You're like our Make-A-Wish guest.
Yeah, pretty much like that. Yeah. That's remember on that first cruise?
I'm doing it for the same reasons.
When
as
Tom
well.
said
there's a specific
I'm
time frame here. Yeah.
I'm not making 40, so you might as well do it now.
Let's get it all out now.
So back to like,
say that.
do you is business booming? Do you have a lot of clients? I mean, obviously you do, and the fact that you're not looking to get plugs or anything, you're nice enough to come and just talk to us. So unless you want to plug, by all means, plug yourself.
Please plug it up. I mean, if you want,
but if not,
don't plug it up. You know what I mean.
But do you have a lot
what's
of
the inverse to that? Keep it flowing? Like, I don't know what to say.
Do you have a lot of repeat clients? I'm sure you have your, the
regulars?
Regulars, yeah.
I have not had any regulars yet.
Oh, really?
Not yet.
Interesting.
She's very new to it, though. Y'all didn't get that part. You asked her how long she's been doing it.
Oh, yeah. How long have you been doing it?
Like 6 weeks or so. But
Whoa!
I want
so
to
you are very new. Okay.
I want to revisit. Were you satisfied with my cleaning?
Fuck yeah, it was.
Even if you had to pay for it yourself.
Yeah, if I had to pay for it myself, but I'm poor, so
Yeah. It's not even an option.
It'd be 6 months from now.
Do you take scraps of dirty overalls as currency?
I can pay you.
All he's got.
I can pay you in bullets and garage door parts. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait a little while. I was living in a hotel 5 months ago. So.
Will you take plugs on our podcast? Because Tim, he blows that a lot.
I do.
Would you accept scraps of old overalls as currency?
Well, Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
and
you're
telling us
too
about
cool
your
to
job.
be able to do that.
I mean,
because,
do
like,
you want to plug your services? You can.
You're more than welcome
You'll
to.
get a lot of. I mean, our listeners.
Because look, our listeners.
BDM
I mean,
come
some
out
of
before,
them.
Yeah,
she did my house.
We've got. Oh, really? You've already cleaned for one of our listeners?
Yes.
I think that
really?
we should
Randomly?
make. I mean, we have Her
Oh.
Majesty Services is our official cleaning team. I just want to make that clear. But our official nude cleaning team,
Well, not
or
nude,
topless
topless.
cleaning team, is the cleaning lady.
This is the real fun kind of cleaning. You need to not have a dirty house when she comes. You gotta have.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, already. This is
Yeah, you just gotta want
finishing
to.
touches.
I just want you to walk around with a mop with your titties out for a little while. You
and
know,
don't
like-
be the dick that like sometimes you go to Mudapalooza or the you go mudding on your truck and then you take it to the car wash or bay wash.
yeah.
And you're
Don't
like,
be an ass
Yeah,
bag.
you're a dickhead. Like you completely ruin your car and then you have other people. Well, be
Tiny,
cool.
that's exactly what I texted our cleaning people because this place is a mess because I had to clean out this computer and it was like there was dust and all kinds of bullshit everywhere and I apologized to them and they're like, "Don't worry about it. That's why you've got us." So but that was their. I think
they're
that's what
purposely
really
ruining
good
it for
cleaning
you.
people say.
Also, if you're a BDM, I live streamed Facebook Live the whole time she was at my house. You can only see my face, and then I think for about 20 seconds one of her feet because somebody asked about her shoes. But if you're a BDM,
Some weird motherfuckers.
well, she's wearing heels when she did. If you're a BDM, you can go
Oh,
in
you
and
wear
watch.
heels. Nice
Oh,
job.
it was impressive. You go on the BDM page, you search for my name, you can see about an hour worth of questions and in-depth stuff, and it's pretty good.
I love it.
Do you? I'm the last question. I promise.
Yeah,
but,
because I got music queued up. We're ready to go to break, my friend.
Do you get topless in out in front of the person, or do you go to the bathroom, get topless, then come out? How does the
I feel like you
presentation
should, as a cleaning lady, I feel like you should have mud titties
and
and then clean them as the reveal.
Okay,
Right?
You clean your mud titties.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a kind of a good idea.
Yeah, well, I'm an idea guy. I don't want to say that
Yeah,
I'm
need
going
some
into
branding?
business with you, but let's just say the interest is there.
I already bought mudtitties.com.
You motherfucker! I'll sue your ass!
I'm sorry. Well,
You'll
thank you
never
very
work
much.
in this town again. Well, the cleaning lady, thank you so much for coming in. It's really cool that you would do this, and I know it's kind of weird and everything. I will write you a check.
That's fine.
I will write you a check for the cleaning.
Make sure you put topless cleaning on there.
Oh, that's
so when I
Tom's
go down to
Tom's
SunTrust-
old bit is to always write exactly what we bought. So that you know how many checks we got in there that say marijuana?
He wrote me one that said felony one time.
I just want there to be an awkward exchange at the bank.
I think one from just him making things even because he has a gambling problem just said is an asshole to me in the what is this for? Let's play some music. Here we go, guys. This is Moquita. This is well, I said Moquita, but it's like this guy's like a really good singer-songwriter. So it's gonna be a little. See, it's like gonna be a little mellow. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this.
Like an LA club without the way. You just can't make sense of where we're at. Wish I could.
With that, so if you want, I mean, we sold out of the hats in an hour.
You know what I saw a guy
you want to win
do?
one? We held one.
I don't want to be like a snitch, and it wasn't in the BDM group, but it was in a Disney group that I belong to. But somebody had filled their sub safe with ice and White Claw and screwed it because it's airtight, and then put that in their cooler going into a Disney water park.
No, really?
And then when they
They
got
just drink
inside, they just uncapped it, and they had a fucking tumbler full
Oh,
of
that's
and I'm
brilliant.
like, whoa, that's an
Keep that on the
advanced
deal.
move.
Yeah, half a sub safe. What do you give? Like five claws.
Here's
in
what
there.
you
That's
yeah,
good.
if you get the big one. So here's what you do. And the guy had used, because it's the one that we have, it's that smoked color. Got to use the smoked. If you use the
gray,
clear,
yeah.
clear, they can see the liquid. If you just, but you got to fill it all the way up as much as you can, which is kind of hard because it's in two pieces. I thought it was brilliant.
Hold on, and then how do you drink it like an Easter egg? You're like, hold on, I'm fat.
No. You can only fill up the bottom half before you screw
Oh,
it
okay.
on.
I thought you meant they
but
somehow
use,
filled the
No, but
entire
you
thing.
use ice. You use the ice to fill it up. I thought it was a good idea.
You put the ice in the top and then some ice drops off or whatever, but who cares?
This guy's a fucking genius.
Not bad.
All right, Tim, what's the first order?
All right, so the first one. All right. A little kid jumps on an airport luggage carousel and gets a tiny glimpse into the world of luggage.
I
Did y'all
saw
see
this. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it happened in Atlanta, right? And he got all the way back to the bag check room where they freaked out and they pull him off. I sent.
I got the video right here. Does it have corresponding audio? Or?
It's got the news people talking and all.
So this kid is basically on the baggage carousel that you get your bags at the end of the flight, and he gets on and then gets whisked under the the black rubber curtains that they have that I've looked behind there before, like just to
Never
see.
looked behind there. There's a gorilla jumping up and down on your luggage.
And
wasn't that always the joke, like from the old like Samsonite commercials or
this
something?
kid's like he looks like 4.
He's young. I don't think they. Oh, he's
3?
born in 2016.
Okay, so he's 3.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hit play on this.
No, man, you don't have no kids. You don't fucking know. Toddlers are slippery as shit. I thought the leashes on kids was cruel as shit till I had a 4-year-old. They are fucking daredevil escape artists.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
So he goes in.
Yeah, so eventually, so he gets on the carousel. He gets under the black flaps, right? So now he's behind the scenes.
Oh, wow. He's moving. I see him. Here he goes.
Then
there he goes. He's fast when you get to the back.
And he tries to then get out or like run, but just like a video game, luggage starts coming and he's like trying to climb over it and it's pushing him back into the system.
No, these people, they saw him come out. Here, I'll back it up a little bit. Watch him. He comes down, and then somebody's like, what the fuck? And they pick him up.
I heard
look at him
the
go.
mom was like, I turned around for 1 minute, and then he was gone.
That's what every mom says. I feel like that's bullshit.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hold on. I'll say I've turned around. Like, my sons easily can get whisked away. And they're like, what the fuck? Because I wouldn't imagine that he went behind there. I would have been like, I would start immediately thinking someone took him, So,
you're at an airport. You need to be more attentive, like, I don't know.
Again, don't have kids.
I hate that argument. If you don't have kids, you can't have an opinion about it.
I traveled with a younger brother for years. Like,
you don't have an
across
experience.
Internationally, I traveled with my little brother for years, and he was 8 years younger than I. Like, I was constantly being the guardian of him, and someone was always watching him. I was always watching him. He didn't go through the carousel like that.
My wife wouldn't let it happen, but I for sure would.
Exactly.
Well, that's because you're being negligent, no?
It's very judgmental.
It's a fine line between negligent and not
overworked.
responsible.
Would it be
possible?
It is. Being not responsible is not necessarily negligence. It just means you're not very responsible.
Would it be possible to set this thing up so children...
Why do you have kids if you're not very responsible?
That's easy. Cream pie.
We could have...
I don't have to take a test.
Again,
I don't
so
have
that
to
it is
fill
your
out.
fault.
I don't have to fill out a form.
Why you don't leave a party when it's getting early? It's getting good,
It does feel better.
It was easy to have the kids.
Speaking of that, when you do cream pie, which I know you still do, how long do you leave it in after you've pied?
Don't. Come on. Why are you talking about it?
Because it makes you uncomfortable. And I'm giving the listeners what they want.
I don't want that.
They do want
no,
that.
No.
Samantha, how long does your husband see? Because she's stone cold motherfucker. I can ask Samantha anything because me and Samantha have the most healthy sexual relationships. You and Butler got some fucking work to do.
You're talking about,
how long does your husband leave the cream pie in?
What do you mean him
Does
leaving?
he-
You mean before he exits?
Yeah, thank you.
It depends. Sometimes
I
there's
like
a
to get it
linger.
all out. Yeah, I like
No,
to.
come on.
I like to, sometimes I like to fall asleep, or sometimes
No.
well, not fall asleep, but sometimes I like to
Condom,
let it
quick
fully deflate and then fall out.
For me,
Especially if you're being real romantic and you be like, oh, baby.
Yeah.
For me, it's like
There was a girl that I dated back in the day that I convinced her that I slept better if I just put it in.
no. Okay.
You're a fucking deviant. And always have been.
Healthy, virile.
For me, it's like when I accidentally knock spaghetti sauce off of the public shelf and it lands and breaks, and then I freeze in
And
fear.
you cut your toes.
No. Then I just look around to see what happened.
Try to
that's
find
what
a
you did
teenager
to
to clean it up
Seth?
for you?
No. Then I just slowly back away.
Yeah,
I hope nobody saw.
I like to leave it in there, and then I'm usually like, and then I give it one good prostate, like a.
No.
To try and get it all out because I don't want that stuff like oozing into my boxers.
What?
Yeah, it'll
So-
continue to come out. Like, what? You guys act
you
as if you
leave your
don't know
boxers
your
on?
own fucking body.
But you leave your boxers on when you're fucking?
No, but I'm going to put them back on, and I don't necessarily, I'm tired. I don't necessarily want to go pee. which I know you
pee
should.
every time.
Yeah, it's like a hot glue gun. The glue continues to come out.
Thank you, Butler. You know what? You're on the team now. You're the only weirdo.
No. Yeah, you have to hit that button on the back of the caulk gun so that it doesn't keep spraying out.
You fucking give it a slap and you go about your business. The slap gets the rest of it out.
Milk it. Yeah.
Look at him changing that. Look at him go.
Did the parents get charged with anything?
No, but the kid got minor scrapes and bruises.
Yeah, he had like a puffed up hand. Apparently something had hit his hand and like screwed it up. So he had to go to the hospital.
Like I said, in the video you could see him like he didn't want to get apparently after you go through the flaps, there's this other like machine. It's like a tunnel or whatever with more flaps, and he was trying not to get in that, but luggage kept pushing him in, and like then he eventually, which is terrifying. Because,
what I was gonna say is,
I would assume that there was some like, what if it tumbled? I guess they make it it's all conveyor belt like pretty gently, right?
Yeah, it's not
on the one, he goes fast as fuck. Like, my point is, why don't you set this thing up one day to let kids ride it? And then that way, if you let them do it.
If kids get to ride it, I want to ride it.
Well, I mean, like, one day a year, the airport lets kids line up.
And make it terrifying, so it scares the shit out of them never to do it.
That's not a bad idea.
Have you ever seen the Atlanta airport baggage system? Like, it's crazy complicated.
It is crazy complicated.
The amount of conveyor belts and there's different levels and they're going in and out of everywhere. Like, behind the scenes, it's nuts. And, like, it's the biggest airport in the entire country. I remember being in the Atlanta airport one time, like stuck there because a flight got delayed, and I started looking about the amount of flights that go in and out per day, and it is astounding. Samantha, you can look up the stats, but I can't remember exactly what the numbers were, but I remember like just the amount of humanity that go in and out of that place. It blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, like this is insane.
Hubs are weird because there's so many planes coming and going.
Yeah.
Atlanta's a little scary. You would think that with that many planes and that being the hub for so many big airlines, that there'd be like
more chaos
or planes crashing. I think
it's choreographed so well and everything. Got the
they know what they're doing.
And everything has to go so cool.
It's super impressive.
There's a YouTube channel of people that there's an airport Hilton or something over there, or I think a Hyatt at Atlanta, and they got a YouTube channel. The planes landed and it goes right over it and stuff like that. And you get allegedly real high, and you can watch that. It's real fun.
Oh, like stay in the Atlanta airport hotel.
And it's like it overlooks the runway and shit.
I drove my motorcycle with a girl I was dating out to the end of an airplane ramp and then watch the planes go over while I got a jibber.
Yeah.
Not to make it go full circle, but like,
you must have some magic convincing power.
I'm just hornier than you. Like,
no. It's something
he actually asked.
No, I was asked.
You just gotta,
that takes more than asking.
Look, here's a newsflash, Tom. Women get horny too. Women want to have sex.
No, I apparently found the wrong one.
I think before that, the thing that scared me the most was the. You're like, I don't even know what that is. What were you doing?
How many people go through the Atlanta airport, Sam?
275,000 people a day.
That's insane.
That's
like,
an insane
I was gonna say
100,000,
but I was like, is that too much?
300,000 people go through the airport a day.
Yeah. Like, and
so,
that's one.
Like, if you're really
day.
looking at it, because I'm sure they have peak days, and like it's almost 500,000 people a day. That's insane.
Yeah, no, it is crazy, and the amount of flights is nuts. Airport is one place I'd never want to work. Too stressful. Everybody's pissed. Like, you don't want to work somewhere where no one likes traveling, so everybody's going to be in a bad mood. So why would you want to work?
A bunch of people like traveling though. Don't.
No. I like going to the place. We don't like the actual travel.
Who enjoys the airport?
It's awful.
I've kind of changed my tune a little bit. I kind of like the airport.
No.
Like it's kind of like being in a mall. But instead of like just getting in my car and going home with buyer's remorse, I get on a plane and I go someplace new. It's like kind of fun.
But especially Atlanta, because
when I get there, so everything's fun.
Yeah, when you're walking around, you're high as a kite. You have a French fry. You're high. You're drinking the beer.
But you're usually, if you're in Atlanta, usually in a layover. So you're it's just a stop on your destination. So you don't want to fucking be there. So you have 45 minutes to kill. Yeah, and you're right. Most people are fucked up. Like, think about how many people are either drunk or fucked up on some drug.
Oh yeah, there's nothing I like more than having a tall, what do they call it? A big bloke beer from Outback Steakhouse at 6 a.m.
I also hate the inconsistencies with every single airport.
they're the
the
worst.
rules are different
Yeah,
every
there's
goddamn
nothing
time you go.
standardized,
Every
yeah.
every
You're right.
airport's different.
Shoes
it's like
on, shoes off, belt
exactly.
on, belt
just
off.
be fucking consistent so we know what to expect when we get there, and it's not a goddamn.
You know, I don't
hassle
wear
every
belts
time.
anymore. I usually wear sandals. I know how to do it now. I wear action
But then it's
shorts.
like sometimes laptops in, sometimes laptops out. Like what the fuck? Just all be the same.
Yeah, I agree with you. Also, I wondered this, like the Wizard, my buddy the Wizard, got a new job and he's going to live.
Oh, not to be confused with the real wizard that we know.
But he got a job at.
Is it your friend the Wizard or is it Gandalf?
There's another kind of wizard too. We don't talk about.
He's going to live in D.C. now, and we're going to eventually go fly to visit him there because I've never been to
He
D.C. I
moves
want to
a
bring
lot.
Yeah, he just applies for every position in the government. He works for the government.
DC rules. Let me know if you want to go together. I would love to go because
Yeah.
Andrea's best friend, Callie, lives in DC, and
I've
I
never
love
been.
Oh, you can come too. It's
Let's
so
do it.
fun, man.
DC is so much fun.
It's a rad city,
I might
man.
I might
love
go
it.
separate from y'all on a Greyhound or Megabus because I'd like to go to the Smithsonian again.
Man, DC is dope. Man.
Is there
it's a good city.
more security when you're flying into D.C.?
It depends on which one, Dulles or Reagan. I think there's more security in Reagan because that's actually in Metro City, D.C. Dulles is actually outside in
The
Virginia.
correct answer is too fucked up to know.
I'm just saying, if I'm like going from Orlando to D.C., do they actually have more security, or because you're on a DC flight? Like
when I flew out of Reagan when I was back in the day when I lived up there, there was typically a little bit more security up there when I lived up there because that was one of the airports that one of the 9/11 hijackers flew out
Yeah, that's
of.
what I'm saying.
So there was a little bit more security out of Reagan than Dulles when I remembered. But I mean, things have changed. That's been years. So
all right, next story, Tim.
Oh, so the next one, I didn't send the link to this one because there's nothing to it, but the Chinese army is bringing back the bugle.
All right.
Yeah, bring it back.
What does that mean?
And then
They're going to use the
That you
bugle
put on
for
your
communication.
And then I'm gonna bring back Bugle Boy jeans.
They still sell those at Family Dollar.
They said they're going to use them to communicate and command. Well, because you can't block it. And mostly the bugle here is more if they released a white paper, which most governments do, talking about the biggest national security challenges to them, right?
Hold on, what do you mean?
So a bunch of governments and think tanks they release these papers outlining like the future road forward and stuff like that. Like the United States does one all the time where we talk about the challenges. Like we're having this big pivot to the Pacific right now with our entire armed forces. Like we're shifting away from counterinsurgency and preparing for that, and we're now preparing to meet near peer countries in open conflict, right? So China says the United States is the #1 threat to global stability in the world, and they're offering this big picture of them being a better support to it. And they're doing these stealth jets and all these aircraft carriers and all this stuff they're working on, but they're also bringing back the bugle.
So is it something they used to use for communication or commands? Like they're using
yeah,
literally a
has.
person playing a bugle to then tell the troops to do something?
Yeah, what do you think they had before they had radios in the Civil War and shit, Tom? You gonna
I didn't know. I thought
bust
that,
out your walkie-talkie?
Well, I thought
hey man, go attack that wall!
I honestly thought it was like the drummer. It was just some shit like the flag boy. It was like something that they just did because like it's like pomp and
Ceremonious or something,
circumstance.
yeah.
Ceremonial.
The drum. Well, now it is, but the drum, depending upon the beats, that would tell you directions and things to do because you could hear it over.
Like assembly. Ready?
There you go.
Here's assembly. Okay, I got it. I'm coming. I'm coming. Stop.
Yeah, I just need one. How about this 3 blasts like a cruise ship? Like if you hear 3 blasts in a row, that means we're sinking.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need a whole tune.
I got a lot of them here. What do you want to hear?
So they're saying they're going to.
Depending upon what you're trying to accomplish, you use the bugle instead of having. Because you also can't block it and everything.
Seems kind of antiquated. Also, what do they? They expect some sort of massive troop fight? Well,
the first person you kill is the bugle guy, right?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, he's a nerd, and he's also not going to be able to give the commands to the Chinese.
Yeah, I imagine.
So you gotta ram that bugle right up his ass, and he's dead.
Kill him. Wars will be fought by drones and robots.
Well,
and
put
things
the
like
drone
that.
right up the bugleman's bugle drone.
Yeah, you got a bugle drone.
Yeah, because you could have all these pre-programmed, right?
Yeah.
And you fly the drone out. It's got speakers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm cutting this part out of the show.
Okay.
Bugle drone. I'm gonna sell that to China, and I'm gonna fuck this podcast.
So, where do you read this stuff, Tim? Like, I've never even heard of this.
Well, this one I got from the drive.com/the war room. It's their spot about geopolitics and all. But I read about the Chinese white paper, and I figured I'd talk about the thing that made the most sense that I could explain to you was the bugle part. But the Chinese, I mean...
he dumbed it down for
said,
Tom.
"You're dumb. I'll talk about the bugle."
So the Chinese used them in the Korean War, too. See, there's one we captured.
Ew.
They've been using them for a long time.
Ew. Bugle.
But they're bringing them back. But I read a lot of geopolitics, and that's why I get internet ads thinking I'm real rich for private jet stuff and all.
Oh, because the only other people reading this shit is like super rich.
It's basically super rich people.
interesting.
And then the last one, I don't have necessarily a news story for because I didn't want to do the legwork on this too much with this one. But Jeffrey Epstein got arrested, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh
We're all
man,
familiar with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah,
it's a little much.
Oh, it's fucking insane because the current attorney general's dad gave Jeffrey Epstein his first job to teach math at a private school in New York City that he was unqualified for because he only had a degree in high school. But that's not the fun story with this. In upstate New York in Orange County, there was this cop who got arrested for killing 4 cartel guys and burying them in his front yard. And he left one of the hands sticking out, and he got caught by the neighbor. And he is currently in the same jail that Jeffrey Epstein's in. And the other day, he got caught with a cell phone. And then last night, Jeffrey Epstein, air quotes here, tried to hang himself.
Yeah.
Right? The same day that a mob hitter who's killed people for the mob and is now facing the federal death penalty was at the jail and had a cell phone and all. So
they're thinking it's a conspiracy, like a hit.
That's what I told you, dude.
Yeah,
pretty
I
much,
told
yeah.
you that.
Save the taxpayers' money. Get rid of them.
But Tim is confirming it with even more.
But now they're trying to kill him because they don't want him to rat on
No, he is not going to. The reason why, here's the thing with this, in my opinion, this is all allegedly, so we can't get sued. All of this is allegedly. Other people said, no, just in case. So the reason why they gave him that sweetheart deal before, and he's just now getting arrested because there's been a bunch of pressure on him and shit, is they basically have went and burned out all the evidence he could have had, and he doesn't have a dead man switch anymore, where, if you die, everything gets released. That's why they denied him that bail, and allegedly they probably tried to kill him and it didn't take, but because I don't think it's going to go anywhere because I think they don't have much left on him. But he's
you don't think he's going to get convicted?
Oh no, he's done.
Oh, okay,
He's going to prison for the rest of his life. But I'm saying it's not going to be this fucking they're going to expose a bunch of people and shit.
See, that's what I want. I want
everybody
wants that.
Fuck, his butler got 6 months more in jail than he did because the butler didn't want to give up his little black book of names because he said they'll kill him if he gives it up. And then he got cancer and died 6 months after they took it from him. And he died.
The butler?
The butler got the same kind of cancer Hugo Chavez got.
It was butt cancer too. So it was a butler with the butt cancer.
You get the BB.
I don't like these jokes.
You get the BB with the uranium in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So Jeffrey Epstein is
God.
probably connected to the CIA via the Mossad and all, because his attorney that's going after him right now is the same one that used to represent Harvey Weinstein, and he's the one that got him the Mossad guys to harass the journalists and all. So basically, I just want to end the last news with everything is terrible. And the government is run by a
and it goes all the way to the top. Yep.
That is a giant shit person stew, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
yuck.
It's all related to the mob boss of the Gambino crime family recently got killed a few months ago.
Do you remember when somebody yelled Gambino to Dirty Jim in the parking lot of the Roxy, and he got so scared he got in his car and pissed his pants.
No.
Wait, what? Let's call his show and ask him about it. Oh, damn, he's not on yet.
Do you want to call him?
He's not even on yet.
He's not on yet?
No, they don't start till 3.
Call him.
This whole noon thing is really messed us up. Oh, my God.
Do you know who killed him, though?
They're hearing us talk about him. No, cut it.
What the fuck was that?
The guy that killed the Gambino crime boss, though, is a
Control
fucking...
lightning? God damn.
Jimmy Candy's a fucking wizard. He's like King Trident got cancer.
The government does control the weather.
Kind of. With harp. All right, but the guy that killed that Gambino crime boss, this is my favorite part about this, is it was a dude who believes in something called QAnon, which I'm not sure y'all are familiar with, but this guy's not along. QAnon's this global conspiracy.
QAnon,
yeah.
All of my... well, I can't say that. People in my family love that, believe it, and send me stuff.
That is all fucking... that is all controlled opposition from Jack Blasovic, who is naval intelligence, and it's all to
but
cover
it's to
up.
offset Soros, right?
The Soros thing is all... that's just their liberal boogeyman. It's all basically...
Yeah, but they use QAnon to
but
say that he will liberate Soros, right?
They do it for everything. They say that fucking...
Do you ever read this shit when you're high? I need to start sending you shit when you're high.
I'm not into conspiracy theories.
But Tim will say things and
every conspiracy you've ever heard of is all
I have a good one.
Tim says things and then I'll say things to Tim and then we look at each other's eyes and he knows I know.
Tim, you know about that Johnny Gosh story?
No.
Oh, okay, I'll talk to you about that.
Don't say it.
But the Gambino crime boss got killed by a guy who believes that Donald Trump is personally protecting him, and it's just the fucking world's on fire. It's crazy. All the QAnon shit might be from Roger Stone trying to the whole Pizzagate thing. That whole Pizzagate thing. It's to distract from an actual pedophile ring.
Oh yeah,
ran by Jeffrey Epstein, who was probably the #1 procurer. Who's probably why he's rich in the first place, was because he'd get teenagers and shit. All related to a military firm that used to traffic in kids from the Balkans and all. It's terrible, and we should all go down to his island and just take over both of them. He's got 2 of them, Big St. James and Little St. James. Y'all get a boat. Let's go do this. I got a week of paid time off coming after August 13th.
Next cruise?
Go on
to the island.
Hold on.
Storming the island.
Storming the islands. They can't stop us all.
It's
Storming Pedophile Island.
Let's do it.
Label a boogeyman.
You want to talk about getting some press? Get me a boat. It's not far.
I have a major problem because a lot of people have said the phrase pedophile island over the course of weeks, months, if not years.
It's technically Hebephile Island.
It's pedophilin, you fucking idiots.
You've been saying this for a while.
It makes me very angry. When you say pedophile island, you are wasting your syllables. It's pedophilin. God damn it.
Technically, it's Hebephile Island because he likes fucking teenagers, but...
I mean,
you're splitting hairs.
Now, at 18, who does it, right?
No, okay, let me ask you this, Tim. So Epstein's alive right now, and he's conscious and
I don't know if he's
talking
conscious, but he has what looks to be self-inflicted injuries to his neck.
Yeah, the reports were at first he tried to kill himself. I remember my wife was
Are
like,
we
"Hey,
in
you
a
heard
scary movie right now?
It's
What the
getting
fuck
real
is
scary
happening?
out there.
It's raining like crazy."
It really does sound
It
real
sounds like a
ominous.
Hollywood
It's like pitch
soundtrack.
black outside at 2 p.m.
See, and you know what's interesting about this is it's not really. I mean, there's a lot of conspiracies involved, but what I do know about reality, just from life, is most likely there's a lot of people in any industry, and especially the government or whatever you want, any company or whatever, your company. Like when you're in it, you know a lot more than any other person, obviously, because you're in it.
Yeah.
And you know a lot more secrets and stuff. And I bet if you told all these things to people, they'd be surprised of what actually happened or what the truth is and stuff. So there's that in everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know to the extent of how bad it is. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that go too far. You know,
I'm not saying anything that's conspiracy. I'm like... The current Attorney General's dad did give Jeffrey Epstein his first job.
Facts. Yeah.
These are all facts.
Yeah.
They're wrapped around all that fucking Pizzagate conspiracy shit to cover up things that, like, Dynacorp, the corporation that shared a tail number with the Lily Express, traffic kids from the Balkans, like it's been proven.
We read more of the same shit than you would believe.
Yeah, we do.
Tim,
and I don't talk about it. Like, I don't talk about the shit that I read because, honestly, I don't feel like... No, I'll be real. I don't feel like our listeners want to hear about like political conspiracy theory bullshit.
Yeah.
I read it And then
it's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean,
well, yeah, we stay away from all that stuff. But what
I just wanted to get.
No, I'm glad you brought it up because
I just want to try and get one of y'all's listeners to get a boat big enough for me to bring some people down, and we just take over that island.
The QAnon stuff,
submarine. Get Jive Turkey on the phone.
The QAnon stuff blows my mind.
What?
Like the deep digs into that I've done is just it's mind boggling.
Here's what's weird to me.
So one of us is getting murdered, and we don't have any black people here. So
I'm getting fucking clipped as soon as I walk out front.
Yeah, usually it's the black guy first, right? That's the rule, the racist rule in horror movies.
Being like a pedophile or an adult man being into teenage girls or whatever, like that's a mental illness to me.
Correct.
Like and so what I think people then get confused, like where my mind is at is like that mental illness is, I mean, obviously we've seen it, it's prevalent, but like I think people say like, oh, all these rich billionaires, then they are into that because when you're a rich billionaire, that's what you're into. I'm like, nah, not necessarily. There's a lot of billionaires that don't have this mental illness. So
I
like,
could be a rich billionaire, I'd probably still just be into my wife.
Yeah. Like so,
and that's real boring.
So what's
it?
hard is like, why do people think there's a whole bunch of rich billionaires with the same mental illness?
I will tell you right now. Here is a conspiracy about it that will kind of make sense. A lot of the people in power do that kind of shit because you ever notice how nothing ever changes no matter who, even these people say they hate each other because basically they go, hey, look, you want to be in on this, you got to go in there and fuck that 14-year-old. And we don't trust you till you fuck that 14-year-old. And if you've all fucked a 14-year-old, none of you can say anything about the other one because you all fucked a 14-year-old.
So you're saying that it's some sort
mutually assured destruction blackmail.
Yeah.
But this guy Jeffrey Epstein,
Yikes.
he was mentally ill.
Some weird
like
fucked
he
up
was
hazing.
But but he was like this was
worst
some
fucking club ever.
Well, he would send people to high schools and give them like $300 to jerk him off.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was a sick piece of
he's
shit.
Yeah.
But what's hard for me to believe is that there's a lot of those sick pieces of shit with the same mental illness.
Well, it depends on what you want to quantify as being a lot of those. I mean, I guess for the amount of people that are rich, there's a high concentration. Is that what you're trying to?
I just assume that it's the same statistical average as in any other position.
I think you
like
can
in
assume
any
there's
other...
more than you'd ever think, right?
Like,
I think that's a safe assumption with almost everything.
Well, I assume that in socioeconomically, there's the same percentage of sick pedophiles that are poor that are rich. Because that's how statistics work.
Pedophiles usually tend to seek out power so they can feed their urge.
So statistically, you're saying that
think about the number one drive. The thing they push to be successful to be a pedophile. Their number one urge is to be a pedophile. That's why they become coach, priest, all this shit to have power. They use that power to get comfortability, which is no joke Friday for sure.
Well, it's the end of the show.
Yeah, no.
But
I feel like to end on pedophilia, just kind of coast, like takes that yacht.
I'll tell you a story about
nobody wants pedophilia.
It takes
Friday.
that yacht rock vibe, and we just coast right into the weekend.
To pedophile.
EJ, eat my ass.
Takes me away.
Well, what I was going to ask you is the Epstein guy going to be like, hey, someone tried to fucking kill me? Like,
No, because this shows to him like you're the number one domestic story in the world, and we still could get to you. They're not going to go after him, but
why take the chance? Wouldn't he then tell, or is the guy? I mean, is everybody in on? Wouldn't he tell the people like, "Hey, someone tried to kill me. Keep this from happening"?
Okay, you mean the people that had the cop that murdered those people and is facing the death penalty? He's in the jail and he got to him with a cell phone.
That's what's conspiracy theories. It's like, okay, well now you got the guards in on it. Now you got like some inmate in on it.
None of that is surprising.
Well, I'm just saying it's like the more and more people you have in on a conspiracy. For me, it's like that's harder.
The
to
more
keep
it
secret.
unravels. Yeah,
But you mean like and that's
I don't know, but
that's why we live now in the world though that there's so much information. It doesn't matter what's true anymore.
It's better for them.
Well, there is a truth.
Tell me if you agree with this. I think that it is better for people like what Tim's talking about to have more information leaked than it would be if we lived back in a day where there was less information, because more statements and more things that would be said would be accurate. In a world where we're just inundated with information, it's almost you have to. First of all, you're gonna have to decipher what exactly. So I'm kind of agreeing with what you're saying. It's like in this day and age, I think it's almost easier to be shitty because the amount of misinformation and shit can muddle the waters, and you'll get less. you guys know what it is.
To me, though, it's like...
I just want to say in the chat room, Tommy G said, too shy to ask Reese if he'd wash my car with his shirt off. I think he's actually washing his car right now.
Right now, it's raining.
He's the nicest man in the world. I feel horrible.
You should.
Good tip.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was close.
We
should probably end
it. Before we nuke the computers and all.
It
Come to the
popped in my
Improv
ears.
this week in Chicken Sandwiches by Garage Door. Bug in the Bear.
Yeah, hey, are you still doing your podcast?
Yeah, I still do.
Hey, check out Tim's podcast. It's
This
called
Week in Chicken Sandwiches.
This Week in Chicken Sandwiches. Best name for a podcast ever. You can check that out. He's got a show on Wednesday at the Orlando Improv. I'm going to stop by there and see the who's on the bill. Do you have the...
I do. I got...
Yeah, give me the rundown of the local comedians
I got
that will
Taylor
be there.
Boyd. I got Mark Gagnon. I got Blair Baker. I've got... well, I might have a celebrity drop in too that I can't emphasize that's coming to do another show. Yeah,
it's going to be a good show, though. It's at the Orlando Improv. If you've never been, it's super duper fun. So, and that's a Wednesday night. And by the way, it's free, right?
It is free. You just call and say, "Hey, baby," and they'll give you free tickets.
Yep.
You still got to pay for parking and drinks and shit. I'm not paying for all that.
Yeah, but it's validated, and I think it's like $2.
Yeah, they validate it. It's theimprovorlando.com. Just scroll down. You'll see a little link that says Big Tim and Friends.
Simon Nash is going to be on there.
Oh, I love Simon
Shannon
Nash.
Kelly from Tampa, who none of y'all ever seen before, but she's real funny.
Absolutely.
Zach Bennett, Andre Dalla, Paige Bacausis, Vinny D, a bunch of people.
That's a lot. That's a big lineup. So go check that out. Again, that's on Wednesday of next week. What else do we have to plug?
Check out my episode of Semantics.
Yeah, also with Deb's Gay. It's not just you.
Oh, we know why everybody's listening.
I did have a spike in Patreon subscribers, so thank you, Tom.
Well, wait a minute. I got drunk on your show, too.
You didn't do a buddy call or anything. I was just saying. I produced the goods.
Well, you motherfucker, I'll go back and do a buddy call. And I'll do a buddy call with Dude as my partner.
Let's do it.
I want to come on too one of these days.
Okay.
You can come with me.
My truck's
we'll
running
double
now.
it up, and we'll get triple the Patreons. And fuck you.
Yeah, I'll do a titty
I will
pic for
say
you.
Dan's episode is still winning in top downloads.
No,
but it's new. So,
because there's hype and then there's quality. You know, like sometimes you want
quality. You got shit-faced drunk.
Butler was on there too.
Yeah, but we're gonna get shit-faced drunk together.
How dare you?
I mean, like here's the way I would describe it. I mean, there's a steak dinner, and then there's Kobe Tom.
How dare you?
Diarrhea.
Medium side chick tank tops are for sale. Grab them now because I'm sure they're going to sell out soon.
Yep, grab those.
Also, yeah.
Did you just say I will jack off?
What did you say?
I will jack off.
DrRocker.com.
I totally
and I will jack off.
Yeah, I will jack off.
Topless.
Also, I clumped mud everywhere.
Dude,
you did? Jesus
God.
Christ.
Everywhere.
Okay, can I just say, we'll leave on this.
We just had the
Where's the main?
Nothing makes me more angry. Nothing makes me more angry than when Her Majesty Services, our official cleaners, you can go to the hookups page and find out all about them. They're phenomenal. They clean my home. They clean our studio. They clean multiple BDM's homes.
They will not watch you jerk off, though.
No. They're
least get to put a
reputable
towel over
ladies.
it.
But they come here, and I texted them last night. I said, I'm sorry it's messy. I was, fixing this computer. I got dust everywhere. And they were like, don't worry about it. This is why you have us. They clean this place spotless. You come in literally in 5 seconds time, you clop mud all over it. And I go, somebody's got clop feet. And you know when I say that, what I mean. It's like,
I know. I'm familiar.
God damn it, man. Why not, take...
What am I supposed to leave my sandals out in the...
No, you're not supposed to walk in the fucking mud.
I got mud everywhere in my house.
You stomp them out before you walk in.
I try. It's the cloth in there.
Why are you walking in mud? Why do you have to walk in mud?
I got a mud trail from my garbage cans to the...
Then stop taking out the trash.
I have no one else to do it.
Put some
If
pavers
your
down.
boys do it, they can clop mud at their daycare.
2 week. Anyway.
What else is going on?
Medium side chicks, tank tops are up. Straw hats are still sold out. If you didn't get one,
Fuck you.
No, they'll be out in a couple weeks.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'll give you a hand jibber.
Yeah, I'll give you a jibber. Free jibber with every purchase.
So, guys, thank you for listening. I know.
Oh, Shark Week Monday.
Oh,
If you're a BDM.
Oh, no, come on.
Yeah.
I thought I decided.
I know. Well, we were going to do it last year, and then everybody's like, no, you're going to do it. I was like, well, fine. And then we're like, I should my brother. I'm like, God damn
you
it.
guys already behind my back. You motherfuckers
Look,
have already organized
The
this
people
shit.
want it.
They want it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
There's like 5 that don't, but
Shark Week is the mud clop of this fucking show.
I went to get my gun out of pawn the other day, and a woman had shit on the floor in the pawn shop.
No.
I talked about it on my podcast, and I put a picture of it in the Big Tim Happiness Club. I'll post the BDM page a little bit.
If this is a game show and the host is like, all right, guess who went to go get their gun out of the pawn shop and found that a customer had shit on the floor? All right, is it Travis's doctor wife? Is it Big Tim Murphy or Andrea Dennis? Easiest game show ever.
I didn't believe him. A woman dead when she came in a hospital gown and a towel, and she just shit right on the floor, and a guy slipped in it.
Oh, what was she buying?
She was trying. I don't know what she was
Y'all
trying to do.
got the old PlayStation games?
I think she was trying to pawn something to get money. And then
I'm looking for PlayStation 1 games for my nephew.
Then the Uber driver that brought her came in and was like, are you guys going to do anything for her? And they're like, who? The woman that shit on the floor and ran? And they're like,
did she run off?
She ran.
What were you getting at the pawn shop?
I was getting my gun out. I pawned my AR a while back when I moved, and it was.
I'm glad you got that back.
You started shooting the shit.
Hey, you know what you do? They shoot this shit. Oh, we gotta get out of here.
It's an old man full and
pawn is not like free storage. Pawn is awful.
All right. Okay. We've done a lot of bad today.
Yeah. I'll see you later.
We'll see you later.